Hello, Snacks, and welcome to Ranni Runs Death Stranding. We're back. I'm keeping this consistent again, finally, kind of. We're going to explore the western half of the map today, fix our Cupid, meet Lochna, and Manal might be joining us at some point during the stream, and that should be fun too. So let's just jump right in. How's everyone doing? Ooh, is the game audio being picked up? It looks like it is. Okay. Hi, Stowaway. Welcome. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I've been having a good few days. I just realized it's July 14th. That means it's Bastille Day, doesn't it? That's not something I ever think about, but it has just occurred to me. I am glad to be playing Death Stranding today, in part because yesterday was the day I was originally gonna do it, and I just really didn't feel like it. And that's how it's been for months, with me just canceling stream because I just didn't feel like it. And I'm really glad that I made, like, that I didn't force myself, but that I still did it in a reasonable amount of time. Hi, Kaz. You're not going to stay long supporting which boycott? Sorry. Is there a boycott on Death Stranding? Or on, like, Kojima Productions games or something?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright, I guess... I think we had to grab cargo from here, didn't we? I think that was the mission.
The way station you're headed for is far north of Mountain Knot, and on a patch of land carved into an island by terrorists. Right around Higgs' old stomping grounds. Still crawling with his demons, in fact. Anyway, the way station is falling apart and needs extensive repairs. Collect the supplies from the distro center and hit the road as soon as you can.
Oh, interesting. SKG. I know what that is. Stop Killing Games, that's right. I didn't realize there was like an organized boycott for that. Oh, that's interesting. I wish I had known that. Is it like an organized boycott, or is this like an informal thing? Well, I'm already streaming, so I'm probably just going to continue this stream, but then your answer will probably determine whether or not I continue streaming these things, or if I just switch to indie for the time being. It's organized? Okay, I'll look into that later. Well, thank you for letting me know. I didn't realize that. For people who don't know, Stop Killing Games is... it's a boycott Zach has talked about a bit. Interesting. I should look into it. Stop Killing Games is a thing that is... it's like a movement, I think, in the EU to make a law that people, like the game companies have to leave games in a playable state once they stop supporting them, basically, which I think is a good cause. It's not like there are boycotts that if I found out that Death Stranding was BDS, I'd be like, okay, we're ending stream, you know. This is a boycott that I think is important, but not on the same level, probably. I'm going to look into it after. Because, like, that could still be an important thing. We'll see. And I appreciate that you're supporting it, Kaz. I'm not going to bother with this buddy bot stuff. Let's just go. I'm going to put this into the garage and then call the garage back so that my car will be fixed for this. All right, so the plan right now is we're gonna do this mission to bring another area into the chiral network, and then we're gonna build roads that are in that area of the chiral network. Stowaway says, it was a movement everywhere, but the US isn't going to change any laws that help consumers, and the UK claimed that there are already existing laws in place that stop the problem, despite them clearly not. So the EU is like the last hope, but also has the best chance of getting through. The thing about like these sorts of laws in the EU is that if the EU passes consumer protection laws, they end up just kind of de facto being applied everywhere. So like that is a useful thing about this. Pepper says, for me, it's one of those things where it seems like a lot of people care about it but don't even know about BDS. Yeah, that's kind of part of my feeling right now also, where it's like, this is a good cause. Don't get me wrong. And it's also like, where's this energy for like things that are life and death, you know? Oops. I know what you meant, Pepper. I know you care about BDS. Which, like, don't get me wrong, I do support this. It's just like this isn't urgent to me, you know? Oh, that bridge down there was made by Saul Goodman, apparently. Nonetheless, I want to be clear. Like, Kaz, I do appreciate you supporting SKG, and that's not like... This is not me saying you shouldn't do that. And same for you, Stowaway. His Stowaway says, I get that. I completely support SKG because it's basically about keeping capitalism in check, but also I think the system that causes the problem should just stop existing in total. I mean, does it keep capitalism in check, though, even if it succeeds? Like, it's like one thing that... Like, it solves a problem that I find very annoying, but it's not, like, making a larger impact than that. And that doesn't mean you don't support it. But, like, I don't know. Alright, we're going off-road. And this is a BT area, so we're going to go left around them, just by that river. Pepper's here. Pepper has opinions.
I want to say them, not type them.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, please do.
So
I'm being chased by BTs,
I'm
by the way.
I'm going to reread what Stowaway said. Stowaway saying, I get that. I completely support SKG because it's basically about keeping capitalism in check, but I also think the system that caused the problem should just stop existing in total. And I said, yeah, exactly. Because, like, I don't think it's going to keep capitalism in check. Kind of what you were just saying, Jodi.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of like a misdirected boycott.
And also, like, it's a very broad boycott. All AAA games is, like, not targeted at all.
And also, it's also very broad, but also at the same time, it's very targeted for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
When there's so much more to care about in capitalism with video games.
Yeah.
Than specifically just that. This comes across to me as more of just like a, like, we find this annoying, so we're gonna, like, complain about it and do kind of like a fruitless boycott because like, no one's going to be able to actually stick to that.
And it's like, and you compare this, like, never mind what the actual cause is for a second, even though that's obviously very important. Just compare this as a tactic to BDS. Like, BDS is like, we are boycotting these specific aspects of these specific companies to force this specific change. For this, I'm not sure that this boycott forces a specific change.
And there's no way you can get a massive group of people to give up AAA games.
Yeah.
It's just not going to do anything. You can do it for certain companies, like how BDS is doing it for like McDonald's
Yeah.
specifically, rather than just like all fast food chains, despite all being pretty bad.
And also, like, I can compare this to like Microsoft is on the BDS list, but they were very specific. We're not asking you to boycott everything Microsoft. There's like a tier list. If you can just like boycott Minecraft, that's great. If you can do more than that, could you boycott like other Microsoft games? That's great. Like, but they're not saying like boycott Microsoft Word because they know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, it's not even like it's like to me a bad boycott. It's just this might come off as a little bit harsh. It's kind of meaningless to me.
Yeah.
When compared to like things like BDS or like actually doing things that kind of matter. I say it trying not to be mean, but like it does matter. But also when you compare the boycott of like, hey, I want to actually own a video game, to like, oh, hey, look, there's a genocide of an entire group of people happening.
And also, here's a boycott that actually has a clear action plan for how the boycott can stop that, or can start moving the needle on stopping that.
This sounds like Stop Killing Games comes across to me as more of a like complaining to the point that they hope that companies will listen, which they won't.
Yeah.
Rather than actually taking any like meaningful action.
Yeah.
It feels more like a. I don't know if this is a good comparison. You can tell me, Sneax or Jodi. It comes across to me as like Stop Killing Games being a peaceful protest, where
it feels that way.
Where BDS feels like something effective.
Yeah. and like BDS also is part of a diversity of tactics that are all for the same purpose. Like BDS has been very effective lately, in part because Yemen is also preventing shipping to Israel. Like those two things are working in concert to each other.
That's all I had to say. I wanted to be able to say it, not type it. I'll return to the other room. Enjoy, Joey.
I appreciate you coming in for that. We just had like technically some plot happen, but it was just really connecting a new thing to the chiral network. It's not a big deal. Non-lethal assault rifle. That's actually very important. Looks like no one built any generators near us. That's a little bit. I might have to build a PCC here.
Man, it sure feels good to be part of the UCA for real. We've been literally marooned on an island for way too long. I can't wait to reconnect with everyone at HQ. Patching up this place is gonna take some work, but
You can see that this guy has those armor plates we just got the recipe for on his shoulders. And those are very helpful. We're going to be using those eventually.
not that you need it. You're gonna hit the West Coast before you know it.
Stowaway says, yeah, oh, hang on. There's still plot happening.
To extend the network to the distro center north of the city. Now would be a damn good time to do it too, as they just sent out an SOS call. Info's still coming in, but it looks like there's been an accident, and we've got injured in need of assistance. Check the delivery terminal for details.
Good work. New order of
Stowaway says, yeah, it's one of those things where I agree with everything people say about it, but also it's like they aren't going nearly far enough, so I can't exactly say I'm fighting the same battles as them. I think SKG is a bit more directed because it's trying to make specific laws, but I just feel like it's trying to put a band-aid on a much larger issue of companies being able to screw over everyone. Like, no, SKG, like, as a movement and a boycott are things I'm separating right now, because, like, okay, they want that specific law. How does the boycott help them do that, is what I'm wondering. Like, that's what I mean by it not being targeted. Oh, there's a generator here. That's perfect. Like, the reason that I keep going back to BDS because BDS is one of the best organized boycotts I've ever seen in a big way. Like, they have specific things like, we are boycotting Puma because they, or actually, this isn't even the case anymore because Puma stopped doing this point in BDS's favor. Like, we are boycotting Puma, the shoe brand, because they are supporting, or they're like monetarily supporting a soccer team in the West Bank. I believe that's the reason. And like, that is clear. It's telling Puma specifically, like, we are targeting your bottom line, and here is what you can do to make us stop doing that. Stop doing this specific thing, which they did end up doing. Like, I don't understand, like like this is an example where it's like the boycott and the cause are completely disconnected. And it feels like the kind of thing where like people talk about small businesses as if that's not still capitalism, where it's like AAA games and AAA companies are awful in really important ways. Indie games are still part of the problem also, or the indie game industry is also part of the problem. And like we can't just separate them because like it's smaller and it puts a less mean face on, you know, and because like they're in a position where they can afford to not be as outwardly mean, you know. Hi Andre, welcome to the stream. I'm playing Death Stranding. Hanger. Oh, Buddy Bot, I see. Let's see if we have any. Okay, so we have something for the distro center. That's the next place we're going. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Do we have anything going backwards to Craftsman? We do. That's good, because I'm going to Craftsman next to get materials to build roads. These are all things I could do pretty quickly. Maybe I will. Today is Monday, that's right. Okay, I'm going to do these 3 deliveries really quick. Oh, wait, is that time limit? Scroll. 32 minutes. That's easy. Okay. I'm going to do these 3 things. Then I'm going to go to Craftsman, get those materials, and build those roads up to where we are now.
That's armor for your shoulders and legs. The downside is that you won't be able to carry cargo on top of it. You'll have to weigh the pros and cons.
I'm going to build 2 armor plates right now for my shoulders and also a non-lethal assault rifle. Because we're not going to need that right this second, but we are going to need that. Oh, wait, that was not smart of me. Load into truck. Okay, armor plates can go. Oh, forgot I have to do them separately. Attach to suit. Attach to right shoulder. Attach to suit. Attach to left shoulder.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
All right, gonna back up, charge my thing, and then go.
Stay safe out there.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
That's a interesting place for a bridge. I don't think you need it, honestly, because there's a path that goes right there, but whatever. Hi, Nanbin. What did you say good point about? I'm curious. Also, welcome to the stream, Nanbin. Who needs armor? Oh, I see, I see. Custom hematic grenades, which I do not need. This can go in my private locker.
Seeing you and keep it up. Good work. New.
Anything going to... No. Oh, I'll get that on the way back, probably. Nope, okay. Next to the distro center. And then to the weather station. Stowaway says, I think the time travel for the roads is interesting. It reminds me of something, but I can't remember what. Interesting thing is also early in the game, you one of the places that you connect to the chiral network, which is like the network that sends things through the beach, like time travel, basically. Like time travel through like hell, essentially, is a wind farm. And the reason you do that is now that you have access, like now that that wind farm is connected to the beach, like the afterlife, it's able to send power without there being any loss in transmission. And I think that's a really interesting idea also. Like I love things that just like, hey, what if we use this like fantastic magical thing for completely mundane purposes? How would that be different from what we have now? And it's interesting to me, you know. We do basically do that with computers. What do you mean? Like mega developed tech for mundane things. That's true. But I'm talking about like literally harnessing like hell, like the afterlife, to send energy. I think that's funny. If we found an afterlife IRL, we'd probably do that too. Yeah, fair. Chiral artist. Way station, I'll get that on the way back. Okay, nothing for the weather station. This truck is already not in great shape. Well, it's in okay shape. It's not. It could be way worse. Let me quickly charge.
Hey, buddy. You're on electricity fire right now.
Beginning scan. Safe track. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying weapons restrictions lifted.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of shaped like a coffin. You're not wrong. How have I been this fine afternoon? I'm good. I'm on the West Coast now. It's still like afternoon here. It's just turning 4 o'clock here. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Non-Bean?
Still got it.
You're doing okay? That's cool. Like good okay or bad okay? I didn't know that the road would stop you from going off of it like that. That's interesting. That seemed like a good place to get off, but whatever. Very sunburned? Ah, I see. The fact that I got that reminder about the chiral allergy meds might mean that I'm going slow enough. I'm not going to get an S on this one. We'll have to see. Because I had 2 stops in the way.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Right on target.
Okay, he said early if anything, so hopefully that's a good sign. Nope. A. That's annoying. You can see the time limit's in blue instead of gold. Ugh, annoying. That was really fast if you think about it. 7 minutes is a fast delivery for, like, down the street, let alone as far as we went.
Here's to you, Sam. Good work.
Alright. What have you got for me? Way station. Yeah, sure. Maybe I should build the roads before I start doing all these deliveries, but also I'm right here, and I'm probably not coming back here anytime soon.
Order assigned.
Now, let me check my private locker. Do I have... No, I don't have any... Oh, I have my ceramics. That's helpful. You can go into the truck. This place has a lot of materials. I should take some. Still leaving some behind. I'm not going to completely empty this place out. Okay, and that's mostly full, but not entirely full.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I should take a PCC with me just in case I have to build a generator. Because like when you're going off-road with a truck in this game, you are very vulnerable to it running out of energy. I'm stopping at Craftsman to fill up the truck no matter what, so I can do that. I can do that later. Or do I want to stop at the distro center to pick up the other delivery for the way station? I think I'm going to do that. Even though I really shouldn't.
Someone's happy.
There's always a lot of chiral crystal down there. Stowaway says, it's really satisfying going back and forth for some reason. Like in most games, you don't stick around the same area long enough to get to know it like this. I feel the same way, and that's part of why I really like Death Stranding. And why I'm really excited for Death Stranding 2 when I get to stream that. Which, like, my plan right now is I talked last time about my plan, and it's changed slightly. Last time I said I might do, after this game, I'm going to do, like, Metal Gear Solid 1 and then Death Stranding 2. I think I might replace Metal Gear Solid 1 with Half-Life 2. Both because that's a game I've been wanting to stream for a while, and also because it's shorter, so it'll give me a break from Death Stranding, but not like it won't be so long, you know. And like this is entirely just me building the foundation for me to eventually stream Half-Life Alyx, which I really want to both play again and stream. And we'll see how well streaming a VR game works. I've never done it before. It's so frustrating because I would feel comfortable just streaming Half-Life Alyx now without like having to lay groundwork for it. But then at the very end, because like it feels like a very standalone game in a way. Like it feels like you don't need that much context necessarily. And then at the very end, they decide to just retcon a huge part of late Half-Life 2 Episode 2. And it's like, well, shit. That's going to make no sense to people if they haven't already played that game if I do that.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridge. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter.
Okay, that barely took up any space. Let's look at private locker for materials. Oh, Stowaway, do you think that you would avoid me doing a Half-Life Alyx stream series if it came to that? Because you don't want spoilers? To be clear, that would be fair. I just want to know. Okay, I can take a little more. Okay, full.
Order assigned.
Let's hope that's enough to build these roads. It might not be. But if it isn't, I'll come back. If these deliveries take a little bit longer, that's okay, because they're not specifically timed deliveries. Hi, Shiny. Welcome to the stream. And okay, so you would watch? I'm glad. And, like, it makes me feel glad to know that that at least one person who would be watching would be someone who has played Half-Life and would, like, appreciate what's going on from that angle. Although, hopefully everyone... Like, I am still doing the other Half-Life 2 games first, so hopefully other people would come in with context like that, too. I'm doing well, Shiny. How are you? Yeah, I get what you mean, Stowaway. I do that, too, sometimes.
Someone's happy.
I hate the way that the game, like, stops your truck completely when you enter a BT area. Like, I know, I just want to go. I also hate the way... Like, I like this sometimes, but the way that it zooms in the camera when you're in a BT area to make it feel more claustrophobic, which when you're actually sneaking through a BT area, especially early in the game, that's really effective horror. But right now, it's just like, I don't care. I'm going through. I know I'm going through a route where I'm not going to run into any. It's fine. Just let me go. That is really annoying. I'm going to have to way overshoot the amount of metals I need on this one. I should have brought a smaller denomination. Exactly the right amount of ceramics, though. And that is immediately going to make this BT area much easier to traverse. The one I just went through. Because specifically because it's a BT area, the road is going to arc up and around. And that's just helpful. You see like that. Arcing around the BTs. Shiny says, it's raining like... oh, doing good, just staying dry. It's raining like crazy outside. Ooh, stay dry for sure. That sounds unpleasant. Or possibly pleasant, depending on if you have to be out there. Oh my god, I'm going to put in this 600 medals, and it's going to leave me 10 short. Meaning I'm going to have to waste 590 medals from one of these other boxes. That's really irritating. What about ceramics? Okay. Ceramics are also a little overshot, but not nearly as bad. And chiral crystals. At least chiral crystals are in denominations of 1, so you can just give the exact amount. There's the next road station. And after that one, I can probably just go to the way station and deliver the stuff I need to deliver. Also, Stowaway, since you're here and you didn't see the beginning of the game, at some point this stream I should show you what the ghosts are like. Because they are creative. I like them. But also fighting them's kind of a pain in the ass, which is why I've been avoiding it. Alright, that should be good enough for me to get up there and deliver. So I think probably back at Craftsman, where I just came from, I have enough material stockpiled for all of the rest of the roads in the game, which is handy. I'm not going to have to gather more. But it does mean I'm going to have to start moving them up here, which is going to take multiple trips. Come on. It's one way that this game is way, way different when you've played it before versus when you haven't. Because when you've played it before, you know to start stockpiling metals and ceramics early. And it makes it way easier later when you have to build all the roads. Or you don't have to build all the roads, but you really should.
Just look at all this stuff. You're a lifesaver.
Why did I bother with the armor plates? I forgot that we get like a better version immediately.
Guess I'll be seeing you around then.
Good work. New.
Craftsman, distro center. I've never done this one before. Let me try it. Do I have a sticky gun on me? I think I do.
This particular type of armor can provide full body protection. It can be worn on the shoulders and legs, and the more pieces you equip, the greater the cumulative effect. However, it requires power to function, so don't let your batteries run dry.
So that's the big difference. Like, I'm pretty sure the armor plates level 1, just like, they're just armor plates, which is helpful. These ones protect your entire body with like electromagnetic stuff. Just gonna put all of these. Just gonna put all of these in my private locker for right now.
Order assigned.
Catch you later, Sam.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I've got a lot of lost cargo for the way station. That's handy. I'm just a little bit away from ranking up with them anyway, so that'll be a good way while I'm doing this. Also, by the way, you might have noticed I kind of like stowaway. You might have noticed I kind of like telekinesis that a little bit. It's because I have the gravity gloves from Half-Life Alyx. There was a crossover.
Someone's happy.
Like, let me actually show that off for real. See, the gravity the gravity gloves actually work. That is really cool, I think. Found a memory chip. It's handy. Also, we're picking up things that were lost in a rock slide, and when we get here, there's a rock slide. Whoa! By a rock slide, I mean like 2 big rocks just fall, which feels like that's not usually what a rock slide is. Oh, there's something. Oh, another rock. Wow. Okay, I have about half of what I need. Where's the other half? Up there. Okay. I see. A lot of lost cargo. I might as well pick all that up while I'm here. A lot of ceramics too, but also like just like a lot of boxes of 40 ceramics, which is not that helpful. You know, in a lot of my runs before, I haven't used the sticky gun a lot, but it is helpful. I like it a lot. Okay, I think that's it. Yep, that's everything. Let me get a little more lost cargo, even though that might be a little stupid. So I've been getting all of these things about like, oh, these things that you placed as part of the tutorial at the very beginning of the game are starting to deteriorate. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Who cares? I'd never use post boxes, especially that post box.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
Nice and easy delivery. And that's the delivery we went out for, and also all that lost cargo.
Thanks for dropping by, Sam. Just look at all this stuff. You're a lifesaver.
Armor plate level 3. Good thing I didn't bother doing the armor plate level 2 last time. The lost cargo got us really close to maxing out this place already.
Hey, Sam.
Good work. New order available.
Alright, I'm gonna... There's a delivery to Craftsman. I'm going there anyway to get more of my materials, so I might as well just do that. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm not going back all the way to the distro center. That's... Oh, that would be very annoying. Ah, fuck it. I might as well. Okay, I'm going to do the armor plate level 3 now, replacing the level 1s I have on. Right shoulder, left shoulder. These can go in my private locker.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
So I just have to get to... I have to get to the distro center in under 5 minutes to get an S. I actually checked what the conditions were this time. That should be pretty easy. The weather station last time is a harder place to get to quickly. Anyway, yeah, now that we have this road, passing through the BT area is just like mundane. It doesn't even require any thought. Someone built a zipline network here, which is not where I would build it, but in some ways the fact that it's not where I would build it makes it useful. Because other people's, like other players' structures don't count towards your bandwidth limit.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Maze. What? Just so you know, Go ahead.
Another custom hematic grenade, just what I needed. Yeah, Stowaway, you're exactly right. Like, there are so many things that people build in this game where I'm like, I wouldn't build this myself because it would be a waste of bandwidth. Like, if I was just playing offline, I would never bother and I would suffer a little bit for it. But, oh, someone else built it, that's perfect. I can just use that and not worry about the bandwidth and just make my life a little bit easier.
New order available. Please access delivery.
And when it comes to zipline networks, that can also structure how you build your ziplines, and it can kind of clue you in like, oh, if I build one over here to connect to this existing zipline network, that might have already been like a more efficient place to put it anyway. And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's like, why would you build it here? Because that's the least efficient. Like, if I want to build off of you, that's the least efficient way to do it. But, you know, whatever. Wins and losses. I might not make it in 5 minutes, although I don't know if it counts that menuing against the time. I guess we'll see.
Safe travels. Beginning scan.
Perfect, I still have a minute.
Safe travels. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
That does tell me the menuing doesn't count, which is good to know. Because, like, if it did count, I would have just lost that 5 minutes.
Everything all right, Sam? You...
I wish it didn't make you individually click through every box, because this delivery had 26 boxes.
No shame in taking a break from time to time.
Good work. New order.
Let me, before I do anything else, fix my truck.
Storing.
It would be nice if there was like an option just fix my truck. Because like right now what you have to do is put it in the garage and then take it back out of the garage, which is fine, but it would be nice if like they just kind of knew you were going to do that and just gave you a fix option. Also, you might notice this is a Half-Life truck. I think I mentioned that last time. You know what? I wasn't going to take another delivery to the way station right now, but this might actually max me out there, which would be nice. And I'm going back there anyway. Okay, next to craftsman to get a bunch of materials. Like, as many as I can fit in the truck, basically.
Weapons restrictions lifted. Safe travels. Beginning scan. Scanning. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porterbridge.
I forgot what I was doing for a second. Private locker. I'm gonna take metals in smaller denominations this time if I can. Okay, now ceramics. I can't follow that completely. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. All right, gonna have to offload a lot of this actually. Okay. Can I fit that? I can fit that. Can I fit this? I can fit that. Can I fit that? Okay, the rest of this is going back in my private locker. Which actually isn't that much. This is gonna sound stupid, but like one of the aspects of my job working for the U.S. Post Office or U.S. Postal Service that I actually wish would be in this game is the aspect of like organizing your truck so that the stuff you need to deliver first is like towards the back. That was actually surprisingly interesting to me. Like it occupied my brain in like a really interesting way. Kind of wish it was in this game. But also, I totally understand why they didn't do that. Especially well, yeah, I understand why they didn't do that. after I finish this delivery, I'm not going to take more stuff from Craftsman just now. I'm just going to build as many roads as I can with what's in the truck right now. And if I can finish building the roads up to the end of the current chiral network, that's great, and I'll move on. If not, I'm going to keep going for more materials.
All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Will this max me out? Let's see. Give me that star. I want that star. $32. God. Yes. Okay, maxed out. Oh, armor plate 4. Shit, I should have waited.
Hey, listen, I got you a little gift. Go ahead and grab it. If you're interested, that is.
There's a star. First star of the second row. Ooh.
Hey, Sam. Be careful, okay?
Good work. New order.
Oops. Not claim materials. Private locker. Stowaway is unpacking a game? I've never heard of that. But yeah, like, it's weird to say, but like, I actually did kind of enjoy my job at the post office for kind of the same reasons I enjoy this game, or similar reasons. I didn't fight any ghosts in my job at the post office, but you know, like, I like this plotting out a route in your head and figuring out the most efficient way to do it, and it's not exactly done in the same way between the game and here. Like, in the game, it's like you actually have to figure out the route, but you don't have to worry about like organizing how you're holding the packages. Like, that's just like automatically done for you, really. Like, except for the stuff on your back, but even that's also unrealistic because like it's packed up miles high on your back. And in real life, it's like the route's already done for you, but you've still got to think about like how you're organizing your truck and how you're making things as efficient as possible within the parts that are actually up to you. Fuck you, Pepper. I know you meant it, Pepper. Stowaway says, unpacking is such a good, cute game. It's the one where you have to unload a bunch of boxes into a house and organizing clutter, and it tells a cute little story via the different homes and clutter. That does sound cute. Maybe I'll play that on stream at some point. Pepper, I think you have a list. Can you add that to the list for me, please? Or maybe put it on the Lesbians Love list just so I don't forget it. It doesn't have to be like a Lesbians Love. Thank you. So, this over here is the incinerator. At any point in this map up to this point, if we killed someone and we wanted to avoid having there be a crater on the map because of it, we'd have to bring their body all the way over here. Which, until this point in the game, is a massive pain in the ass. That's part of why you don't kill people in this game. I guess, Stowaway, because you weren't here for the beginning, if there's dead bodies that aren't incinerated, after like 3 days after their death, they cause a huge explosion. That's part of what happened in the opening of this game. That seems a little dangerous. Yeah, it does. This is a post-apocalyptic setting. And like the apocalypse is basically like, it's called the Death Stranding. It's when they discovered the afterlife, and part of that discovery, for reasons that have not been made clear yet. Wait, what is this? What are you? Hang on. Part of that discovery, for reasons that have not been made clear yet, was also that void outs started happening and beach things, or the ghosts started appearing, and that meant that people who died. Oh, it's a safe house. Okay. People who died suddenly had to be incinerated, but people didn't know that yet. So there just started being massive explosions in like major cities, and yeah, and it was bad. Yeah, I'm curious about that too, Pepper. That's something that the game doesn't really focus on very much, like what that part was like. There's some documents that talk about like what it was like immediately post Stranding, but they don't go into detail about that specifically. Also, where is the next road paver? I think it should be around this way from what I remember. Like how many craters were originally made. That's not really said, I think. Like I think we have to fill in the details with like how much of like the broader map is. I have a thought. Hang on. How much of the broader map is that? But the only place we know for sure got a void out crater is New York. Also, these are not here in the original. These are only here, I guess, in the they changed this in the director's cut. Those are like BT type creatures. They made this area have something going on in it instead of just being nothing. That's interesting. I wonder if the road just like kind of avoids them. Nope. Oh, Sam, that's not what I said to do. Come on, Sam. What are you doing? Oh, what is happening? Oh. I couldn't do the thing because the truck is interfering. But yeah, like the start of this map is when we get to Lake Knot City. And Lake Knot City is on the edge of a massive crater lake that's there because of the Death Stranding. So that is something that we know. Like there's a crater there in like the middle of Ohio, I guess is what that's supposed to be. It's unclear. I'm glad they made this area a little more interesting, even if I don't find these enemies particularly interesting in and of themselves. They're an enemy that in the original version of the game, the non-director's cut, only appears in the final map of the game. And the final map is like nothing. But it certainly makes this area more visually striking. Yeah, a lot of the enemies in this game, Stowaway, are like nautical themed, especially like not a lot of the enemies. A lot of the ghost enemies specifically are themed after sea creatures because of like the beach, right? Like the afterlife is a giant beach. So we get like shit like that. If you haven't already, Stowaway, like if you have time, I recommend going back and watching the first couple streams I did because like the opening of this game is really strong. your nautical theme, so you approve. Haha. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back for more materials after this. More metals, specifically. It's so interesting to me also because I feel like there's a lot of devs who would have the idea for a game like this, and they would just be like, post office simulator. They wouldn't choose to also create this weird sci-fi universe, like sci-fi post-apocalyptic universe around it. And I appreciate that Kojima did. Also, don't go back and do that now, Stowaway. Wait until after the stream is over. I like having you here. I know you meant another time, I know. How far are we from... Okay, we have like one autopaver left before we leave this area of the chiral network, which makes it annoying. I just... Wait, did I just barely not bring enough, or do I have enough? I should check. What do you need? How many metals? Fully upgraded. Oh, whoops, I didn't scan the next one. Oh, so I might not actually be able to do any more after this. I should check before going back. Oh, shit. I didn't scan the next autopaver, and I thought I had. So I haven't said yet. Like, all of the not cities do correlate to real cities. I think Mountain Knot City is supposed to be Denver, just because, like, it's a mountain and it's in roughly the right place. But I'm not sure. Stowaway says, I don't know how anyone resists the urge to write an entire sci-fi apocalypse when making a game TPH. You know what? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay, yeah, we are through the chiral network now. Where's the next autopaver? Oh, it's over there, but I just barely can't scan it. Which I'm just scanning it to get it on the map, to be clear. Not that it matters. I can't actually... Like, if I... Oh, shit. Please don't. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have to come down off the road at this part anyway for the next, like, plot mission, which I'm actually just about to do. So it shouldn't be a huge deal. Yeah, that's fine. Just in case I didn't explain it on the previous stream, or also for Stowaway, because Stowaway wasn't here. Like, the way that this works is the chiral network is something that gets expanded every time you add a new place, like, to it, like I did earlier this stream with the way station. And once you have more areas in the chiral network is when you start getting structures other players have built in that area. Like, if I go into that area over there that hasn't been connected yet, it'll just be things I've built, and which right now means it'll be nothing because I haven't been there yet. Which also means that the autopavers that build the roads in the chiral network areas will already have materials in them, because it takes some of the materials that other players are putting into their own to give us, like, so we don't have to, like, fill up the autopavers entirely. We just have to give them a little bit, which is why I'm doing it this way, where I'm building up to the edge of the chiral network and then doing the next story mission and then building backwards a little bit. That tends to mean you still have to... Well, either way, you are going to have to drive over areas you don't have roads for yet. But doing it this way means you have to do that, like, twice, and then you're done. You have road. Now, the next area after this one, the next area that I'm, like, adding to the chiral network is going to be a pain in the ass to pave. But, yeah. It's also the final area to pave, so I guess that makes sense. Stowaway says, it's kind of spooky that there are a lot of remnants of other players, but you can't see them driving around too. They're like ghosts. Yeah, that's a good point. Part of that is just like logistical because we're all playing the same character. We're all playing Sam Porter Bridges. But like in like Metal Gear games, which are, you know, the same creator, they've gotten past that in the past by just being like, you see yourself as the main character, but you don't see the others as main characters, even though they see themselves as the main character. And like they could have done that easily, but this is supposed to be about connecting people. And if you saw a bunch of other players going around, it would feel kind of weird for that purpose, because it's like, oh, do you even need me? There's all these other porters going around. But like, it does also add to that like ghostly feel. You're right about that. Okay, let's listen to this.
Sam, the distro center north of Mountain Knot City's put in an urgent request. One of their staff is in critical condition following that accident I told you about. I don't know what kind of injuries he sustained, but they're asking us to deliver blood products. This is a life or death situation. Get the cargo there before it's too late.
And for God's sake, don't spend too much time building roads before you do that. Whoops. Okay, this has to be done in 40 minutes, which is not long at all.
Remember, Sam, when the clock's ticking, speed is what matters most of all. Review your gear and bring only what you need to make it to your destination as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be using this opportunity to bring materials for the more roads with me. Because, like, it doesn't actually... I don't think it slows your truck down much if it's, like, got a lot of weight on it, even though it probably should. If it does slow stuff down, it probably, like... It isn't that noticeable to me. Right shoulder, left shoulder. Can I fit all of this in the truck? I can, with some room to spare.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Bridges staff expected to die in 40 minutes. That's pressure. That's a weird thing. There's a weird clock to have on the screen. I like that for this mission they actually keep the clock on screen. That's not normally what they do. They usually just like bring it back on screen every like 10 minutes or every 5 or 10 minutes or however long. Every like 25% of the overall time or whatever. Let me top up on energy because I am going off-road later. I bet being really laden with cargo does increase your energy consumption. That seems true. I'm not sure about speed, but energy consumption for sure.
Okay, there you go, Speed Demon.
this is where we're going to get off for right now. That sound means a mule or a terrorist caught us. We're not going into their area, so we should be fine. But this is, like, they're going to explain it in a bit. This is where we stop getting mules and start getting quote-unquote terrorists, which are people who are actually going to try to kill you rather than just steal your cargo. Anyway, there's the distro center. You can just see it through the fog. The fog that's flickering in a weird way. Whatever. Okay, we should make it with our energy. Should. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, I forgot about this little ravine. Ugh. Okay, I think we can go around. It's fine.
Wonder if anyone's watching.
Hello, Manal's here. Hi, Manal. So, if you want to grab my headphones that are connected to my controller over there and plug them into this port right here. After I'm done with this mission, which is timed, we'll quickly get you set up.
No worries.
How you doing? How's your nap?
No, it was good. Did I miss anything important?
Not really plot. I've just been building roads and doing, like, plot missions connecting more places to the network.
See,
But, like, not, like, actual plot. There's, a cord over there that you should be able to use to plug in. No, hang on. The textured one that's going over the edge of the desk. Yeah, you should be able to just kind of bring that over. There we go. And here's a stand for you.
Wasn't an accident, by the way. It was an attack. Someone slipped explosives into a parcel we processed. Separatist assholes think this land is theirs for the taking. They may be right. Any one of us could have handled that package. Fuck me. We have to be more careful. Beef up our security. At least we didn't lose anyone this time. Thank you, Sam. Really. I hear the chiral network is coming along. You think the signal's strong enough to reach us here? I hope so. Give it a try. Huh?
oh no.
What?
Wait, is that working?
Yeah, that's what it normally does.
Okay. Did I miss all of these cutscenes? Because I don't recognize that at all.
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it doesn't usually flicker like that, but the rest of the cutscene's like very like typical.
It worked. Oh, that's great. We've been starving for info. And if we run into any more trouble, we can get the word out sooner. I can't thank you enough.
All right, Sam. There aren't any more stops to make before Mountain Knot City. But this last leg will be the hardest yet. Rest up at the private room and check your gear before you set out.
Oh, are they gonna force us? Okay, let me pause it and we'll get you connected. I'm gonna mute because we're gonna be talking about IPs, so give me 1 second. Okay, we're done talking about IPs.
Manal.
Now, there we go.
And you gotta do the wider, even wider eyes, I
Okay.
think is the situation.
Okay. Look towards the screen like you're going to be just regularly. Okay. And, okay, let me get you on screen. There's Manal still. Why is there...
Oh, I don't know if we've done my avatar with.
Probably not. We'll just use Pepper's thing for right now. I'm not sure which of these is me and which is you. Let me check which one I'm in. Okay, 1.4.
So that one.
There we go.
Tiny.
I'm gonna make you bigger. There we go.
Yay!
Yay! That was kind of a peek behind the curtain, except not really, because chat didn't see what we were doing, but that's okay.
Hey, Stowaway.
Is there anything else we need to set up? Or am I
I think that's it.
blanking? Okay, cool. All right, let's go.
Is greatly appreciated.
So they're making us go to our private room. Is this a fragile cutscene or is this an Amelie cutscene?
Me about 2 hours ago.
Yep. I hear the beach. Amelie cutscene.
Is this real?
Amelie!
Higgs and his people came. They finally reached Edgenaught City. There's no escape for me now. Everyone's dead, the city's destroyed, and what's left is crawling with BTs. They're everywhere.
Where's your Kipu?
But I was able to sneak away and reach out to you. This might be our last chance to talk like this. I just wanted you to know that I'm safe. For now. Promise me you'll keep building the chiral network. It's our only hope for the future. It's my only hope for freedom. And when you've finished, we can go back east together.
Amelie, your Kipu, where is it?
Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Why didn't she answer the question?
Good question.
Is she not real Amelie?
I don't know. Stowaway says death took her. Just to be clear, that guy with like the skull mask was Higgs, the villain of the game.
That's a lot of notifications.
That is a lot of notifications. Oh, there's a Cyberpunk 2033 crossover mission, which I don't care about because I don't care about that game. I'm gonna take a shower. feel like this is longer than it usually is. Maybe not.
I feel like this is not a useful shout.
What do you mean?
He's not scrubbing anything.
Oh, true.
Hey there.
Does BB look happy? That didn't seem happy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh. I don't know what's going on right now. Huh. Oh wait, yes I do.
Spooky. What's going on?
I said I knew what this was. I might have been wrong. Okay, I thought it was a nightmare and I was right about that. But I've never seen that one before. He has nightmares sometimes.
Okay.
Hey there.
I thought something might have happened that time, but no.
Oh, I haven't been talking much because I was watching the cutscene.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, were you just able to hear him?
Back off. Back off! Don't do it!
Eventually, we're going to get an explanation of all the Mads Mikkelsen stuff. It's like one of the few parts of the ending of this game I think is kind of effective.
Hey Sam, I have some new info you should hear. Recently recovered thanks to your efforts to expand the chiral network. It concerns BBs. I dug this up on my own, just to be clear. No one ordered me to look. And if anyone asked, put it all on me. No need for you to deal with any blowback. You were just listening to me ramble on the wire, okay? Anyway, it looks like Bridges wasn't the first to bring back BB tech. It was a group of separatists. Terrorists opposed to UCA expansion, according to the records. They started using them about 3 years ago. Right around the time Bridges 1 was putting plans in place to head west. Seems these separatists were having trouble with BTs too, and figured that if they could track them, they might be able to steer them into our path. When Bridges caught wind of this, the decision was made to fight fire with fire, to start using BBs as a countermeasure. It's possible yours was commissioned for that very purpose, a fact I think someone may have tried to conceal, judging by the absence of BB-28's service record. I always found it strange that we were so willing to utilize technology we barely understood. Now we know why. We've been aping methods and techniques employed by others from the start. There's more you should know. It's about the original Bridge Baby experiments.
Dun, dun,
Piecing
dun.
together what little I could find, it looks like they started around the time of the Death Stranding. They were conducted on the island of Manhattan off the East Coast, which was completely and utterly obliterated by what was almost certainly a void out. Back then, these experiments had the full support and approval of the American government. It's all just guesswork, but I suspect the BP program was conceived to help gain a better understanding of the nature of the Death Stranding. However, due to ethical and safety concerns, public opinion was strongly against the program. Still, they pressed on, and in their desperation to make sense of the greatest disaster of their age, I think they caused another. I should also mention that the president himself was killed in the blast. It was after his death, when he was succeeded by then Vice President Strand, that the experiments were suspended by executive decree. Documents were shredded, facilities were decommissioned, and every effort was made to pretend that BBs had never even existed. Which begs the question how some random separatist group was capable of resurrecting the tech decades later. I'll let you know if I turn up anything enlightening.
That was a big dump of info.
Sam, check the delivery terminal and review the list of orders.
Okay, before we do that, we got some more roads to build. So, how are you doing? How was your nap?
It was good. I woke up pretty groggy, so I stayed in bed for a little while before I came in here.
That's fair. I appreciate you being here, but also, if you're too tired, that's okay.
Nah, I'm okay right now. I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what it was because it was before that cutscene.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I just don't remember.
Stretch my legs.
Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to end up 10 short with this thing of ceramics, which means I need to waste 311 others. Or 150 others, that's better. So yeah, you came in right in time for, like, exposition, and now we're just back to nothing for a while. In that regard, at least. We're just kind of going back to road building gameplay. So Stowaway, that was all probably pretty incomprehensible to you. Do you have any questions? Stowaway came into this series on, like, the last stream. Okay, my ideal plan right now is I'm going to go build all these, like, roads and hopefully use up all... Well, I'm not going to use up all. I'm going to use up as much as I can of the materials I have in the back of this truck. And then go back to Craftsman and pick up, like, enough to fill up the truck again and come back here. So he says, who was the woman in red? The woman in red is Amelie, who is, it's not made super clear what her relationship is to Sam, like, sister, kind of, who's kind of, like, his reason for wanting to join this expedition, because originally he wanted nothing to do with it. She's on the West Coast in Edge Knot City, which is implied to be LA. And is just waiting for someone to come help her because she's being held prisoner there. And also, like, she doesn't have a body. She has a spirit that is stuck on the beach, and that's it. And we have not been really explained anything about that. We just know that that's the case. And she's able to contact us because of that. But she can't leave.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Yes.
So, the using tech that we didn't understand yet thing reminded me of something Audrey was telling me about yesterday, which is that graphics cards are now at a point where they're having to do things. They have, like, so, like, ray tracing exists now on graphics cards, but it doesn't really successfully work. It's a pretty underbaked thing, and the reason why it exists is two parts. One is crypto, and the other part is that game companies keep making games for technology that does not exist yet.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, like a lot of games, a lot of like really big games are poorly optimized and expect your graphics card to be able to do things that it just can't do.
That definitely tracks with the experiences I've had. And then what, they just hope that in the next few years, like, graphics cards will come out that will be able to handle it better?
I guess so, but the current state of affairs, according to Audrey at least, is it's so underbaked that, like, current ray tracing basically uses AI to figure out every 2 out of every 3 frames.
Oh,
You
wow.
can't fast enough figure out every frame,
Huh.
which causes weird issues.
I'm sure. I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it was one of the things because Pepper, for everyone else, Pepper's trying to build a new computer, and so me and Audrey are working on trying to figure out what specs we're looking at, what we should get, and I was trying to figure out, the graphics card situation because I was like, I don't understand what the current graphics card market is about. It's so oversaturated by things that are good for AI and crypto, and I don't really know what the best options are for gameplay, because that's not what it's made for anymore. And Audrey told me about this. Stowaway says, that's true, it's been a thing for a while, that's why Crysis can't run on modern computers any better than when it came out, because they planned ahead and were completely wrong about the future. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It is funny to me, though, that Crysis can run on, like, a Switch now.
Yeah.
Like, that would have seemed, like, incomprehensible at the time it came out. But to your point, it doesn't run very well on the Switch.
Yeah, it doesn't really, like, a lot of these, like, really big games don't run very well on anything,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Because there's just not really the technology doesn't really exist yet. This is another problem with tech in general as it stands right now, is that, okay, think about, like, when the first Mario Bros. Game came out, you had to use your storage so optimally.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
Mountain Knot City have a pressing problem that needs to be addressed. A tar-like substance has been bubbling up from beneath the ground near them. They're seeing more of it by the minute, and it won't be long before it spreads into the city. There have already been reports of ejecta inside the outer walls. If nothing is done, the whole city might be swallowed by a sea of tar in the near future. There's an order from Mountain Knot City. Check the details on the delivery terminal.
We're not getting to that order for a bit because it's a pain in the ass, and we're building as many roads as we can before that. But, okay, continue.
But yeah, if you look at, like, something like this Mario Bros. Game, it was made so optimally that the assets were reused in every way possible. The bushes and the clouds are the same skin, you know?
Yeah.
Same texture. And now that we've gotten to a point where technology has so far surpassed the need to be optimized in that specific way, no one optimizes their code at all, which causes games to overload your computer when functionally they have no reason to need to do that. They just don't care about optimizing code. It's cheaper to not.
That definitely tracks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Order assigned.
So we're just going to make our way back to Craftsman, and I took an order that's just on the way. Yeah, I know very little about anything in this area, but just from my experiences playing games that just seem so poorly optimized, and, like, with how huge game file sizes are these days, like, it all seems like, I don't know if that's actually related, but it seemed to me like,
Yeah, no, part of
Yeah.
it is definitely that, like, you know, a good example of a game that optimizes things well is Animal Well. Animal Well is an extremely small
it's like
game.
less than a gig, right?
Yeah, extremely small game for all that's in it. But yeah, most games aren't optimized well. They're very big files. They're very big storage. They're like they require so much power on your computer in order to run. Story says it really sucks. It's the same thing with modern web design. Yeah, that's true. And modern web design has a second problem of ad revenue is so important to modern web design that they'd rather break the website with ads than to make the website accessible at
Yeah.
all.
Look at fandom, God.
The Wikia website is so broken now.
Yeah. I mean, like, non-fandom wikis are doing okay, kind of, in that way, at least, but there's so few of them left at this point. I think the Elder Scrolls wiki just moved... No. The Fallout wiki just moved away from fandom, which is cool.
Nice.
And they're being hosted by the same people who host the Elder Scrolls wiki, but, like...
Yeah,
in cool ways.
I know like Stardew Valley's wiki is hosted by a different service as well, and that makes that website a lot easier to use. I was looking at Blue Prince's wiki the other day, and it's on Wikia, and like .wikia.com, like, and it's nightmare. That website is so full of ads. Like, you have to close every ad for even be able to look at it on your phone.
Yeah. God, it's such a... I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a like principle within computer design and coding that like you can make something good code, you can make it work for 0 people, you can make it work for 1 or more people. And the work for 0 people, I thought meant nothing, but it means that without having someone using the code, does it still work? And you can only choose 2. Is the principle is like you either have good design or you have it work for 1 or people, or you work for no people, or you can't choose all 3 of them. So a lot of like code that's, I don't know, a lot of code these days is not really made with any principle in mind. It's kind of just made and then hopefully it will work on your computer. Good luck. Like, functionally, there's no reason a computer like my laptop shouldn't do all of the things that it needs to play a game. It's just the way that the poor optimization. Like, I was playing a pixel art game, and it was lagging on my computer recently.
God.
And it was like a Minesweeper kind of game. Like, it should not have lag. There's no reason for that to be that poorly optimized.
That's ridiculous. Like, I've experienced stuff like that too. And also, this is only kind of related, but it came to mind and it really bothered me. So I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now. I wanted to play it when it came out on PC months ago, but I wasn't able to because despite being able to run on Pepper's computer, despite the fact that it should be able to run on Pepper's computer, it's hard-coded to require DirectX 12, which means that Pepper would need to upgrade her graphics card, and it shouldn't need that. And there's, like, people are attempting to do workarounds, but, like, that was done entirely to drive the sale of graphics cards, and it's such bullshit.
Yeah. Functionally, these days, computers do not need to be... should not need to be replaced within like 5 years. We do not need more tech than we have currently. Just honestly.
But like they have to. This is why they have to drive sales through means like that, which really sucks. Honestly, I think the biggest reason that file sizes are so big is the stuff we were talking about. But it wouldn't surprise me if that was also a secondary reason to make people need like more storage.
Maybe. I couldn't say because I'm so far removed from I'm very far removed from code that is for game design. I'm much more familiar with code that's for cybersecurity, which is what Audrey does. And that code is also has a lot of the infrastructure. A common refrain I hear from Audrey and people she's close to is, "What if we rebuild this entire thing in Rust?" And I just think that's hilarious. It's almost entirely not necessary, but it is. The infrastructure is kind of poor, unfortunately. That's kind of true of most code. Stowe always says it's the next stage of planned obsolescence, planned incompatibility, just so they can get more sales. Yeah, I think that's completely correct.
That's a good term for it, also.
I think about this too when it comes to cell phones. Like, there is no reason to replace a cell phone within 10 years anymore. There is nothing that is changing or getting better about phones within 10 years anymore. And really the only reason to replace your phone is usually planned obsolescence or like something strange needs to happen that makes your phone kind of obsolete in a tech way instead of in a forced way. Like I had my last phone for like 7 years, and I went to the only reason I had to replace it was T-Mobile bought Sprint, and they didn't buy all of Sprint's towers, and so my phone didn't work anymore. I couldn't connect to anything.
Oh god, that sucks. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and I couldn't change it because it had a built-in SIM card, so you couldn't like fix that. So I had to get a whole new phone because of a forced merger that I didn't even care about. The only thing that I would replace my phone for at this point is if I could find a phone very, very cheap.
Yeah, I just had to replace my phone because my old one was like 10 years old and kind of falling apart. But when I say falling apart, I really just mean that the battery was shit. That seems to be the main thing that like...
But that should be something that's easy to replace.
It should be,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, my...
Right to repair and all, yeah.
I'm a big proponent of right to repair. I repair most of my own tech by myself. I have done that for many years at this point. But yeah, the one thing that my phone can't do that would be nice is that it can't do face tracking as well as your phone or Pepper's phone, and so that's why there is a wider eyes variant of my character.
Oh,
because
I see.
It keeps thinking my eyes are closed.
I see.
So I always look sleepy in the other ones. Pepper.
I'm just grabbing something.
Pepper's grabbing something.
It's your ass. I lied.
That's.
It's my headband.
I was gonna say that's not true.
Yeah, it's my headband. That's what
You're lying. Stop lying.
Okay.
Pepper grabbed my ass.
I didn't really grab it. I just kind of poked 2 fingers onto it.
Yeah, true. So I actually had less at Craftsman than I thought I did, so I'm just going to take a bunch of his materials that he has just in his own inventory. Nope, that's not how many I meant to take. Let's see if I can fit that on the truck. I can. Well, that's surprising. Okay.
Why is it a Half-Life truck?
Because there was a crossover.
I see.
Similarly, if you can just barely make out my gloves, those are a Half-Life Alyx crossover because those are the gravity gloves you use in those in that game. Which also, it does function the same way. Like, I can grab things from far away with these.
I've never played any of the Half-Life games, and I don't know anything about their stories.
Yeah. I'm actually going to probably stream Half-Life 2 next after this game.
Oh.
It's weird. I probably could go back into Half-Life 1 instead, but it feels like not a different series, but it feels very disconnected from Half-Life 2 and everything that came after.
Interesting. Now I'm thinking about Half-Life 3. As a meme.
Yeah.
Now it's Silksong. That's the new meme.
Yeah. Although, that is allegedly coming out this year.
You know, you want to hear something funny about that?
What?
They said it is definitely coming out this year, but only in one place for sure. And that is the Museum of, I think it's like, Museum of, like, Moving Pictures in Australia.
That's really funny.
Because they have an exhibit, they have a little section of their video game exhibit on Hollow Knight, and so they're gonna have.
Oh, hang on. I tried to do that without. There we go. That should hopefully work better.
Yeah. So it's gonna be in the museum, in the Hollow Knight section, and every time people ask, so is it gonna be out for everyone? The Hollow Knight people are like, we'll see.
God, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, no, it's really funny to me that it's going to be out in this museum. And I've been to that museum. I've been in Australia. I've been to that. It's a good museum. But it's also like in Australia. Like what are we doing?
It's funny. I've also heard recently that the Silk Song subreddit has started doing human sacrifices to try to make the game come
my
out faster.
God.
Where every day they ban someone.
Oh my god. You know, another thing is on the Hollow Knight Discord in the Silk Song channel, you're not allowed to ask when Silk Song coming out, so they banned that question. So now what happens is anytime a new game comes out, people are just like, this game's coming out this day, as like a passive aggressive when Silk Song coming out.
Yeah, and you know, it's like, I know that Team Cherry's like 3 people.
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Is
but
it 5?
Still,
Okay. I know it's like 5 people, and I can't begrudge them taking a long time. But it would be nice if they could be a little more transparent about it.
yeah, it's really funny. Like, Silk Song fans are such levels of cope that it's like it's hilarious. Like,
Yes.
the amount of articles that I get recommended, because I keep clicking on them because I'm also part of the problem. The amount of articles I get recommended on my like Google feed that are just like, we think Silk Song is coming out because a setting changed in the Steam, the Steam board for Silk Song. Like it just changed slightly the needed graphics for your. I'm like, are we really? Is that our level of like of concern? Is like we need to know.
And it's like, on some level, I get it. Like, I love Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is a fantastic game, but also, you need to let go, play some other games, like, think about other things for a little bit, I think.
Yeah. I feel bad for, like, Celeste fans, too, because Maddie scrapped the game that she's working on. So, like, Celeste fans were, like, waiting pretty strongly for the next game. And it's just completely scrapped. It's not happening anymore.
That does suck.
Yeah, Maddie basically alluded to, like, IP issues and like they through a lot of different barriers kind of just lost motivation for the project. They lost their way. I don't know, it's kind of weird, the allusion to the IP issues to me, because it's like, is the IP issues that you didn't own the properties that you were trying to make, or is the IP issues is that you were not giving like artistic control of the people who were creating the properties? Like, yeah. I can't, you can't know. It's just alluded to. It's not very accurate, or like not very articulate about what exactly happened there.
It's weird. Like, I almost like, I had been thinking so much of Celeste as just this like standalone thing. It almost didn't occur to me that Maddie was probably working on other things also, especially because it had been so long.
Yeah, Maddie makes games as just a company.
I know, and I know that she made games before Celeste also, but like Towerfall, I think
so.
Which I actually played a little bit of with a friend of mine. But yeah, it's just.
Also, I think it's so funny that she named her character after herself before naming herself.
Yeah. That is really, yeah. Okay, there's our next auto paver. Also, there's a chip. I don't think I remember that being there before in like previous runs.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Run. Spooky. What'd you grab from up there?
A memory chip.
Ah.
Which I wonder if it's a thing added in the director's cut, because I don't remember seeing it there before. So we're probably not going to actually build that many rows right now, because if I remember correctly, until we do some more plot stuff, we're not going to have very much chiral network to work with here. But I want to build as much as we can. road building simulator 2018, I think is when this game came out.
You know, it might be a fun game to play on stream.
What?
Professor Layton.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite game series of all time.
Do you want to stream that game on stream, or do you want me to stream that?
I think it would be really fun to watch you stream it, because I have also played it to completion more times than I can explain.
That fair. Oh wow, I thought we were gonna get one more auto paper, but I guess that's it. Let me just get it on the map, and let's go back and get a bike and do the next story mission, I guess.
But yeah, no, I love Professor Layton. I've played it a lot. It's also nonsensical. I know all of the plot points, but the plot points are hilarious. If you've ever seen the ProZD skit about Professor Layton, it's very accurate.
I think I might have a long time ago, but I don't really remember it that clearly. And I actually did play a little bit of the first Professor Layton.
The Curious Village?
Yeah, but like a while ago, like
yeah.
20 years ago, if it's.
The only thing is that we'll have to find a emulator, and also
that's not an issue.
It might also be useful to connect like a drawing tablet to the computer, because it was a DS game, so sometimes you have to circle things, and
that makes sense. I mean, I think with emulating DS games, you can usually use your mouse for that.
Oh, that works. Stowy says, I remember a long time ago playing that game on the DS. Yeah, no, I love that game. There's 6 games in the series. They're all fascinating to me. Well, there's 6 games in the main series. There's a iPad game that has nothing to do with the games. There's Lady Layton, which is his daughter. There's 2 games of that one, although I do not think they're as good as the first 6. Oh, and there's also a crossover with Phoenix Wright.
Oh, right. Oh, pun not intended.
I've played all of them. I love it very, very much. I'm extremely excited for the new one coming out. I'm considering replaying all of them again before the new one comes out, to be honest with you. The way it works, too, is there's a trilogy. There's 2 trilogies. Mm-hmm. The first trilogy takes place after the second trilogy. So there's a prequel trilogy. It's like Star Wars all over again.
I see. Trans bikes.
Incredible. A very saturated pink.
Very saturated. I wish I could also have white on that, but oh well.
A little bit. White just on the bike, I guess.
Alright, let's...
Is it easier to drive the bike than the car?
Especially over rough terrain, yes.
Mm.
And we're going to be going over rough terrain. Let's check out what this order is. Oh, this is also the crossover with Cyberpunk, which I'm not really concerned about right now. Let's listen to this briefing.
If the theory that tar jets are somehow connected to the beach is correct, then Mountain Knot City may very well be in danger of being consumed by the other side. Which is why they need you to close off the ones in that region before it's too late. However, if we were to use an antimatter bomb, our scientists think it might be enough to sever the connection. They used to research antimatter propulsion technology here before the first expedition. Using antimatter sequestered by the beach, believe it or not. But those experiments were eventually suspended. The researchers never came close to developing anything workable, and the dangers were deemed far too great. When Bridges 1 arrived, they assumed control of their facilities and antimatter stores. To minimize the risk of a catastrophic annihilation, the antimatter was partitioned using special magnetic traps. We repurposed those traps to make the bomb. Once the magnetic field is removed, the antimatter comes into contact with the casing and triggers a void out. Now, it goes without saying, but if one of these things goes off en route, we'll have a catastrophe on our hands. And to make matters worse, the traps weren't designed to be transported. Sure, the container carrying the bomb has a built-in stabilizer, but it's not something you want to tip over or drop. If those magnets fail, you're gone, along with everything else for miles around. So yeah, you could call this a dangerous delivery. But I can't think of anyone better equipped to handle it. Get it done, Sam. We're counting on you.
All right. So that's what we're doing for this pain in the ass delivery.
So he says, when I was younger, I used to color all my cars in games like GTA and Saints Row the trans colors because I thought they were cotton candy colors. Just a little IRL foreshadowing. I mean, they're also cotton candy colors. It's both. But yeah, that's pretty cute.
Be advised,
Did I ever
Yes.
show you that my
the case
cousin?
for that antimatter bomb was not designed
sorry.
for long-distance
That's fine.
transport. The magnetic trap
It's just
that keep
mainly
the
the same thing he was
antimatter
just saying.
sequestered are delicate.
It's just what we just listened to was
A powerful impact,
optional, so they wanted to make sure we heard it for
reckless
sure.
driving, an unbalanced carrier. There are all kinds of ways the traps could fail. Any abnormalities detected within the case should trigger an alarm. If it goes off, you're doing it wrong. And if the bomb goes off, we'll have a disaster on our hands. The kind we can't come back from.
Dun, dun, dun. No, my cousin's kid once, when we were at like a Christmas party or something, she was coloring, and she made I think it's in the fridge, honestly. She made this picture that has a big trans flag and then 2 small rainbows. And I don't think she knows what a trans flag is. She just maybe kind of did that on accident. I thought that was really cute, and she threw it on the floor to go play, and I assumed she thought someone would throw it away, but I kept it.
That is cute. I'm gonna bring a couple PCCs just in case I need like power or something.
That's really adorable, says Stowaway. Yeah. One time when she was a kid, she was playing and she was like, I want to be a boy. And I was like, sure, you're a boy now, go ahead. And then after a while, she's like, I don't really like being a boy. I want to be a girl again. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And when people say kids don't understand these kinds of things, I always think it's really funny because kids just don't understand the things that adults think they understand at all.
Yeah.
Someone's happy.
I should have checked that before I tried to do it. Well, I've never seen this game over before, actually, so that's fun.
Is it because you went in the water?
It's because I went in water that was too deep, and it ruined my cargo. And because this particular cargo can't get ruined without it being a game over, that happened.
Yeah.
How do I normally do this? I forget. But yeah, you can check water depth before you go into it, and I should have done that. I think I still need to fabricate those PCCs. Yeah, I do. Okay, anyway, let's try that again.
How do you know which direction to go?
Just because I've been on this map before, but like, normally you would check, like, okay, this is where we're going, this is where we are, and then this is like this whole big valley we're driving through. So we're basically going to like the opposite corner from the one we're on now of this valley. But I know because I played this game before that there's a terrorist camp right here that I want to avoid, and there's a BT area down here I want to avoid.
I see.
Let me actually check the road this time.
The roads you build can be used by other people.
Yeah. And you get likes when that happens.
Have you been using roads by other people?
Sort of. I've been using materials, like, I've been building roads partially with materials provided by other players.
I see.
So, that red is what we want to avoid. I think I probably drove straight into red last time. I think yellow should be okay. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, yellow's fine. What? Oh, I hit that ramp too hard. This has never happened to me before. Like, actually.
Incredible.
Alright, I'm not even bothering with the PCCs this time. We're just going.
What do the PCCs do?
You can use them to build a bunch of things, like like power generators and stuff, and I wanted to have that just in case my bike ran out of energy. Also, you asked about directions before. There's also the compass, which tells us, okay, that's where we're going.
I see.
Now I'm going to be really careful about not hitting that ledge. There's the terrorist camp, which I hate how much the game uses the term terrorist without really interrogating it, but that's I'd expect it. Are you kidding?
You went too quickly.
I went too quickly on too bumpy of a... I was going to say road. It's not even a road.
Can't he not die?
Yeah, he can't die, but it would still, like Die Hardman was just saying, like, bridges would not come back from this round. So, like, this is... So even though, in most instances in the game, if you fail, it's just like, oh, well, you died, but you came back, so that's okay. It still has to be, like, for some of them, like, no, this was actually, like, that didn't actually happen. Let me try a different route.
I didn't see you die at all last stream that I remember.
Yeah, Are you... I've got to be more careful. I've got to stop rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never died on this part, and I've died very rarely in this game as a whole, honestly. Alright then, take 6, I think?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, no boost there.
Take your time.
Also, I was wrong. Some of these other papers are, like, the road curves back into the territory that we already have, like, inside the network. So I could have actually built some of these roads, and that would have probably made this easier. Oh, I was going to say that was too fast. It is. Someone.
Heads up, Sam. Looks like you've tripped an intrusion sensor. To be clear, these sensors react to you, not to your cargo. Be careful. Trouble may be on the way.
That's really bad. Thought I was going to cancel it and I missed it. Oh, that's almost certain.
Somehow, maybe not.
Yeah, okay, I guess we're okay. The hard hard part should be over once we get past this camp, which we're... Okay, that didn't set it off, but it did damage it. Okay, we're mostly past the camp now. I think I usually go up here and then around that way rather than going around like that.
Okay.
So actually no, I think that can also work. That might be easier actually.
What's that?
Oh, that was a generator, but also they put a hologram of the Ludens there, which like Ludens is like Kojima's new like logo.
Okay.
Since he left Konami. You can hear that little beeping every time I make that, like, those tiny little bumps. That is the bomb being like, stop doing that, which is frustrating. I've never had this much of a problem with this mission before, but like, I don't know how you're expected to do it without having at least that go off, that part. Just gotta find a way over, which is not gonna be that one. Do I have something marked?
Be careful.
I am so close. This is a very stressful mission to have music on. I was braking and was not enough.
Luckily, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Zoe says this music is so dramatic, but it's also kind of nostalgic. It's exactly what I would have listened to doing this job, traveling around these long distances.
Honestly, yeah. Like, Kojima has credited that band, Low Roar, as being the reason this game exists at all, and I can kind of see why. I see how much their music fits the vibe of this.
Verifying ID.
We did it.
We did it.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
I think you're supposed to do that on foot, which is probably why it was such an issue, but fuck that. So it says first try, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
Nobody met us. I wonder what that's about. Also, we didn't get an S because we did a lot of damage on the thing. That's fair.
The hell do you think
It's
you're
the lady
doing,
from the
Bridges?
thumbnail.
That network you're building is carrying some nasty stuff. Stuff nobody would want anywhere near them. I thought you people would have figured that out by now. We want no part of your chiral network or the UCA.
That voice. Is that you, Mama? You hit your head there, Mama?
I'm not yours, and yours
Tough games, Mama.
I don't think you heard me, mister. Mountain Knot City is telling you and the UCA to take a hike. You people keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna put us right back on the road to the death stranding. We didn't ask for you to come and tell us how to live our lives. We'll decide that for ourselves, thank you very much. All we want from you is the occasional delivery. Nothing else.
So you speak for the city?
That's right. I'm in charge. The name's Lochner.
Lochner? Hold up, I need to talk to you. You're a technician, right?
Look, go home and don't come back.
Listen to me, damn it. I need your help.
Well, we don't need yours, Bridges. You're only making things worse.
I mean, but you're doing it anyway, so like...
Sorry you had to deal with that, Sam. She's the boss over there, and she's not afraid to lay down the law. We need her, and we need her people. We've lost too many others as it is. Without Mountain Knot City, the Chiral Network, and the UCA will never be complete.
What now?
So, here's the thing. Sam, Lochner is Mama's twin sister.
Oh, who would
Former
have thought?
Bridges 1. Went west with the others. Second group, just like Mama. Mama's not her real name, of course. That'd be Malingen. Both have dooms and both are scientific geniuses. Mama's primary field of expertise is applied physics. Lochner's is theoretical. Mama designed the Cupid hardware. Lochner, the software. They said they could converse over any distance. Said they had a special bond that led them. I don't know how that's possible, but I'll tell you this. There wouldn't be a chiral network without them. They were so close that some said they were like one person in two bodies. Might be why they were able to develop the Cupid. But they had a falling out after Malingen's accident. Lochner left Bridges and cut off all contact with us. I don't know what happened between them. But if we don't bring Lochner around, our plans to make America whole again are finished. Not that I'm asking you to stick your nose in their personal business.
But I am
Though
asking
if you
that.
did, it might help us figure out how to bring Lochner around. Which would be great, because our plans to make America whole again are finished without her. In the meantime, if you've got any bright ideas, feel free to give them a shot.
So this game came out in 2018.
Yes. They knew what they were evoking with Make America Whole Again.
I see.
Yeah.
You know, Make America Great Again is also shows up in the Parable of the Sower.
Really?
Yeah, in the Parable of the Talents 20 years before Trump's campaign.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that. What I did know is Make America Great Again comes up in Metal Gear Rising from like the final boss, who's like a U.S. senator who's like kind of a parody of,
I never finished Parable of the Talents because something sad happened and I got so upset that I stopped reading it. But it includes a political faction that its entire drive is to make America great again.
I see.
Have a pleasant journey.
And that political faction is like cultists. But it's people often say the Handmaid's Tale is for those who give up, and the Parable of the Sower is for those who don't.
Right? If not, you might be missing out on valuable information. Priority mails have yellow subject lines, so be sure to
I
look out
wonder
for
what I'm
those at
supposed to
least.
do next.
Maybe try catching up on your next break?
Would you speak to Mama for me? Good news, Sam. That antimatter bomb should stop the tar from spreading. Thanks for that. You really saved our bacon. Thumbs up. I wasn't able to connect the Cupid, though. Lochner stepped in to stop me. She may not be in Bridges anymore, but she still calls the shots around here. Wasn't much I could do after that. It's not like I could ignore her. You know, she's changed a lot ever since Mama got caught up in all that terrorism stuff. Stands to reason, of course, what with their relationship. Still, even if it's not my place, I've got to ask, could you go and talk to Mama about it? I've got a feeling they could patch things up if they just started speaking to each other again. If you do decide to go, check your private locker. I left you some extra supplies. Should help you go to Mama's lab safe and sound. Thanks again, Sam. Alright, so that is what we are supposed to do next. Also, let me check your private locker, because I didn't realize you left stuff for us.
Scanning Bridges ID.
Nothing particularly useful. I'll take a climbing ladder, or climbing anchor and ladder. God, just in case.
So he says I like Mom and she was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Mama too. Like, Kojima is weird in the way he writes women and the way he relates to women, and despite that, a lot of the women he's weird about are still pretty good characters.
The Lotero. Wait, there's a horn outside because of the Lotero. For those who don't know what that is, it's a guy who sells corn.
I've been seeing it, but I didn't know that there was like a name for that specifically.
Yeah, it's an Lotero.
I
Favorite.
love elote, so maybe I should have some.
Yeah, my favorite thing that you get from the street vendors is the fruit cup, which is fruit of all different types, mixed with chamoy, tahini, lime juice, and some chili powder.
That sounds good.
Very good. I love it very much. It's the thing I miss the most about LA.
Watch it.
But yeah, it's interesting that
Novelist song. There's lost cargo for people we haven't unlocked yet, and I think finding lost cargo for them is how you unlock them. So.
I think Kojima has weird views of women, but they're not like bad characters. They're just strange.
Yeah. And like his men characters are strange too, but differently.
Yeah.
Also, there's a memory chip, but I don't really care right now.
So to save the way down.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's unfortunate. Can I cross? Nope. I might have to leave the bike behind. Or circle back around.
You can cross right there.
Where?
Straight there.
Oh, you're right, I can. Didn't realize the red stuff there. I think I still have an anti-BT gun on me, so that's not helpful if it comes to that. I think there is a prepper over here I haven't unlocked yet, but I know that they're probably pretty safe from BTs. Or they're over this one, rather. Yeah, they're there. That's not the one I'm going to, though. Sometimes these bikes behave strangely.
Yeah. This is a very, very large game, but it seems like most of it's empty.
Yeah. But I think that emptiness kind of served it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is still very funny because like it's such a large map and it feels like such a large map, but also it's meant to represent like the entirety of the U.S. and that makes it feel very small.
Yeah. I mean, we drove across the U.S. It's bigger than this.
Oh yes. assume because it was small, it wasn't.
There's a little set.
Couldn't.
I would hide so much around the map if I was working on the game.
Yeah. There is a good amount hidden, actually. The novelist's son should be around here somewhere. I forget exactly where. Just on this side of the river. Ooh, there's another one.
Okay.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
I think this is how I unlock them. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Well, I'll be. You actually made it. Folks far out as me can't always depend on porters, you know. This is pretty good. Better than good. Much obliged to you, friend.
Oh, okay then.
Good work. New.
He does have an order for me. I guess that's probably what I do.
Delivery tabletop role-playing games.
That's pretty funny. I feel like if it's a TTRPG specifically... Okay, it looks like there's pieces. I was going to say, for the most part, that's just like a book. You could probably just transmit that electronically. But, okay, there's actual, like, pieces.
Order assigned. Weapons restrictions lifted.
So it's just a huge box of dice. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they could print the box of... They could print the dice there. Whatever. That's the true TTRPG experience, yeah. Although I've played a good number of diceless TTRPGs, but even so.
I've played a few diceless ones.
The Quiet Year's diceless. You just need like a deck of playing cards and that's it. Love that game. Quiet Year's such a good game.
I've played the last TTRPG I played was a long time ago at this point, but it was Thirsty Sword Lesbian.
I've been wanting to play that. I think it's a Powered by the Apocalypse game.
I think so. I played it with a group
Oh, my
here.
avatar's lagging. My avatar's lagging really badly.
Oh. I played it with a group here in Arizona, but I stopped hanging out with them because I was really annoyed with what one of them said about Palestine.
Oh. Unfortunately, many such cases.
Yeah. Basically, it was like compassion fatigue nonsense.
Oh, God.
And I was like, you could be like that, not around me. That would be nice.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Decontaminating suit. Battery low. Please charge vehicle.
Nope. Brake did not want to actually stop me. Okay, so the thing said TTRPGs, but then the other thing said board games, so I'm a little unclear.
The line between them can be kind of blurry.
I suppose so. See, board game, but yeah, whatever. And now my avatar's not lagging anymore. That was weird.
Yeah, I wonder what was going on.
Out there. Good work.
Do you have deliveries for the novelist son? Because once I have that, I can actually build these roads. Yes, okay. Hopefully that'll do it. So what have you been thinking about this game so far, Manal?
It's strange.
It's very strange. And I'm told the second game is even stranger.
It's not out yet, right?
No, it is.
Oh.
I just haven't played it yet. Just came out like a couple weeks ago.
I see. Also just seems very interesting to me how invested Kojima seems to be with the United States.
Yeah, that's always been the thing with him. Like, Metal Gear is primarily about that.
Yeah, I knew that.
Like, there is stuff in it, like, there's a character in Peace Walker and 5 who is half Japanese, and he talks a lot about, like, the post-World War II experience in Japan, basically, because he grew up in Japan after World War II.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that's very much the exception, not the rule for Kojima.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Someone's happy. Like, Kojima talks a lot about wanting to make movies, like how, I think in Peace Walker, like, because he's in Peace Walker, it's weird. He says that, like, he is 70% made up of movies, and, like, I wonder if it's just, like, kind of Hollywood,
yeah,
Hollywood influence kind of stuff. Also, you see, I just came through here, and you can see, like, my footsteps, and that made this into a path. The fact that I've been through here. And if I go through here a lot, it'll make it like an even more like paved path.
Interesting. Showing because I would watch his movies. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'd watch them. I can't guarantee I would like them.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected.
Is this enough to get you in the UCA? Please. Or to get you into the Chiral Network, because that's the thing I actually care about.
This is pretty good. Better than good.
Hi Judith, welcome to the stream.
Hey Judith.
Take care now, Sam. I'll be until then.
I think I need more, like one more cargo for him. I think once I get him to 1 star is when that'll actually happen. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Why are they counterclockwise?
Good question.
Isn't the whole point of clockwise is that that's how clocks work?
Oh, because it's like this game has a whole thing about like, do you know what chiral symmetry is?
Mm-mm.
It's like the kind of symmetry that your hands have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess it's not like counterclockwise watches aren't exactly chirally symmetric with watches because with regular watches because like they are watches, but it's kind of the same idea, I guess.
Oh my god. Judith says I'm flying home from visiting my parents and my flight just got delayed until 2 a.m. Eastern time from 10 p.m.
Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
It's pretty awful. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks too. At least you had time. Like, at least you didn't miss your flight because of that.
Yeah.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Let me see if there's any lost cargo around here. I forget, this could also be a thing where I can't get him to join until later. I'm not sure. They might want me to not have the chiral network here until I do plot stuff.
I'm surprised they let you go in without an ID.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
glad that's how it worked, but I'm surprised.
Me too. Like, on both parts, I am glad it worked. I'm glad that you were going to get on your plane.
Still got it.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I had a layover in Japan and there was a hotel in the airport?
Yes, you did.
I think that's so weird.
That's cool, though. Like, that should be the norm.
It had a tub in it. Like, it had its own personal bathroom with a tub. It was a tiny tub, but it was there.
Still, yeah, that's really cool.
Also, the water tasted like wood because it's held in wood barrels.
Oh, interesting.
Like, they just have a giant wood barrel in the basement. It was really wild. I was very confused by the entire ordeal. Trevor says apparently 4 of the 6 City Spire members are streaming right now if we include this. That's cool.
That is cool. I am not in V-Spire, but even so, that is cool.
Judith says, yeah, basically involved answering my three previous what my three previous addresses were, provide my work ID and debit card, my SSN, explain my legal name change 8 years after it happened, all while not allowed to look at my phone.
Huh.
I guess that makes sense. But that's a lot.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
a lot, yeah.
I'm sorry you lost your ID, that sucks.
Yeah. Do you have any idea, like, where it ended up, or is it just gone? Why am I delivering poison gas, exactly?
I don't know.
Hey, Sam. You made it, huh? That's a relief. You're a goddamn hero, you know that? Don't go dying on us.
Okay.
Whatever you do.
It's a little strange.
Yeah. That is strange.
Jesus says, I'm pretty sure it's at my parents' place, but my stepmom says she checked everywhere and couldn't find it.
I hope you're able to get a new one easily, without it being like a big production.
Usually it's easy to reprint them once you've done it once.
Okay.
At least in the states I've lived in. So I'm hoping that it's easy for her.
I am blessed by foreknowledge of what we're about to do, so I'm getting rid of everything on my back.
Oh my god, it's a passport that's missing.
Oh yeah, that was...
That's much more frustrating. Yeah, I've replaced a lost passport before, and it is a nightmare of a process. Pepper's drawing is so frustrating sometimes. Yeah.
Having trouble, Pepper, with it? That was not a well-constructed sentence.
Judith also says it's my only legal issued ID. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, really?
I hope you can at least get, like... Does... We've said where you're from, right? I can say the state. Does your state have, like, those, like, non-driver's license IDs that you can get? Because I know you don't, like, have a driver's license.
I thought all states had that.
I would assume they do, but then, like, I don't know.
She says, anyway, watching YouTube streams is making my evening better.
I'm glad. Okay, you do mention Chicago a lot here. Okay, cool. Does Illinois have that? Yeah. That's probably a good idea, at least until you're able to replace the passport, because I'm sure that'll be, like, a longer process.
Yeah, the passport will take months, probably, based on my experience. Unless you expedite it, which I don't recommend because it's very expensive. Yeah, I had a real ID that wasn't a driver's license before I had my driver's license, actually. And also, why can't pen tablets just be paper? Why can't draw with paper but with layers like Photoshop?
That would be cool.
She just says, I mean, hopefully my parents can find it now that there's no time pressure on looking.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, ideal would have been that you didn't have to go without your passport at all, but you know.
Yeah.
Ideal from this point on.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't replace the passport right away, but I would consider maybe getting an ID just so that you don't...
Just so you have something.
Yeah. Because, I don't know. I'm also just scared of living in this country without an ID.
Charged up.
I think that might be a little bit scary if it was me.
Yeah. I mean, you are also not white.
That's true. Where are we going?
We're going back to South Knot City to talk to Mama. See if she has a way to convince Lochner to let us in.
Pepper says, I was sort of hoping this new pen tablet I got would be better with the frustration I have when I make digital art, but so far not really.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, pen tablets still are not like paper. Jesus says, same, and who knows if my name change will cause an issue. If you did your name change to the extent that you could get a passport, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. At least from my experience with people with name changes and how getting documentation works.
Yeah. I have to do my name change, God.
Yeah, we should get on that.
Yeah.
And then Stowaway says, good luck finding it. That sounds all stressful. My passport is my only valid ID, but I never really need an ID for much. Yeah, replacing a passport is a lot of work. But replacing an ID is a little bit easier. I'm hoping they find your passport too. That sucks to replace, because part of replacing a passport when you lost it is much harder than replacing a passport when you haven't. When they expire, it's much easier to replace than when you lost it, because you have to basically prove your identity all from the beginning again. But when you replace it when it expires, you actually just present your passport and that's it.
That makes sense.
From personal experience of losing my passport. Pepper said, it's the fact that when I draw digitally it looks way better than when I draw traditionally. But traditionally is so much more comfortable. Yeah. What's comfortable about drawing traditionally?
Like, you said that there are, like, specifically tablets that you can get where you do draw on paper and it picks it up digitally, right?
Another thing you can do is you can always just draw on paper the basic sketch and then scan it in. I know people who do that.
This has been a good stream. I'm glad I did this. And I'm, like, glad I didn't force myself yesterday and that I still got it done, like, without it taking, like, months again.
So we couldn't do the novelist son thing?
No, I just couldn't find any more lost cargo for him. And honestly, it might be a, like, next chapter thing that you finally get access to him. And, like, I could build those roads without having him in the chiral network, but it would take way more resources, and it's kind of, honestly, prohibitively expensive. Well, Pepper, I hope that you're at least enjoying, like, having more portability to your pen tablet now, even if it's not that much more comfortable.
Another thing that might be worth considering is it might be that the reason why drawing digitally looks way better is because you have better tools.
So maybe like more traditional art tools would help.
Yeah, like if there was like more like specialized traditional art tools that she could use. Pepper says traditional is more comfortable because it's a lot more reactive. The feel of the paper is much better for telling how much pressure you're doing. It's more accurate and there's no lag. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Where is Mom's lab? Let's do some more plots.
Why is everything around here like dead?
Because there was a nuke building near here, like a few years earlier.
And screens are so slippery. Have you ever tried like the textured like paper tablets? Is that a thing that you could draw?
I think Pepper might have thought that was what this was going to be.
Oh.
From what we had discussed before.
Sam. Thanks for coming back. Got something for you. These are your new cufflinks. They still work as a terminal, but I've added a weapon function. I was able to redesign everything from the ground up after the last connection.
And they're weapons too now.
That's right. Cord cutters. I should explain. BTs are connected to the other side via umbilical cords, right? When those cords bring the matter of our world into contact with the antimatter of theirs, boom. Void out. But, just as Deadman theorized, your blood does have unique properties. It can be used to cut a BT's cord. So, I've added that function. Cut the cord of the BT, and it returns to the world of the dead. No BT, no void out. Win-win.
These things can cut them loose.
If you can get close enough without them noticing, yes.
This is actually a very helpful upgrade.
Cord snipping super handcuffs.
Right. Let's try them out.
Oh no.
Cut the cord connecting us. She's sound asleep. I made sure she got plenty of milk. Just do it. Please, Sam. Set us free. This world was never hers, but all the same, I didn't want her to leave it. Even though she's already lost. Truth is, she's not really my daughter.
The attack and everything, that was all a lie?
No, that part was true. My ovaries can't produce eggs, and Lochna has trouble with her uterus. Long story short, neither of us can have children. I was alright with it. I mean, children, who needs them, I thought. But my sister thought differently. Lochna wanted a child, someone to carry her genes. She fell in love with another member of Bridges, but he died in an accident. She was devastated, of course, as was I. Back then, strong emotions like that, I could feel hers, and she could feel mine. When I sensed her desire to join him, to end it, I went to her and said, let's have a baby. We took one of Lochna's eggs and fertilized it with his frozen sperm. And I carried it to term. A healthy baby grew inside me. But then there was the attack. And our bond was severed. I wanted to tell her. But I was bound to the child. I couldn't just abandon her. But I was wrong. Lochna needs to know. You have to break some ties to forge others. Keep me tied to everything. If we're going to reconnect the world, I need to reconnect with my sister first. So please, Sam. Do it.
And the thing Kojima always does in all of his games ever since Metal Gear Solid 3 we have to press the button to do it.
What happens if you never do?
You just stay there forever.
What was that figure that took the baby?
We'll find out in a bit.
Alright, Sam. Take me home to Lochner.
Hi, Vaco. Welcome to the stream. Interesting timing.
Sam, would you set me up? I haven't been outside in a long time. It's just too much to take in all at once.
So we're putting her in a body bag?
Yes.
You sure? Thought you might be claustrophobic after your time in the rubble.
I'll be fine, so long as I can see out of the bag.
Okay.
The warmth of the light, the touch of the wind, the scent of the world. Lucky you. The two of you are still connected.
Does this count as MPreg?
Okay,
I think,
Sam,
yeah. I think so.
let's go.
So I think if you remember the stuff with the chiral artist that we had to carry her in a body bag, I'm pretty sure that's there in the game just so that like there's setup for this. And this is why I took everything off of my back earlier.
This flight is canceled until Wednesday.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Judith.
That sucks.
I forgot about this.
I had a special surprise prepped and everything. But it looks to me like your hands are full. It's no biggie. We can always tweak the rules a bit.
How is he doing that?
We'll get an answer eventually.
It's coming.
He's still away. I wanted to show you like BT fights, and this is what it looks like.
Hungry.
I totally forgot that we have
to
them
make
here.
it out alive is not get eaten. Sound like fun? Of course it does.
This guy also has a BB.
I left my anti-BT gun back there because I forgot about this, but I do still have a lot of grenades. And also for fights like this, there's usually like weapons around the arena.
How many grenades do you have?
A lot. Because I made all those pouches on my backpack are for pouches. It's in the purple there. BB is using that arm to tell us where the BT is, which is helpful. Oops. I came into this fight with 20, which is actually more than I need. Combat in this game is honestly not great. The shooting with human enemies feels okay, but like, I don't love the BT fights. They're kind of boring.
Yeah, it kind of just seems like you're emptying your inventory.
Basically. Whoa. Did not know they could kill here. Oh, that's what seems like. Makes sense. I can't stab it with my new cuffs because that's before they get to this form. I'll show you that later. Like, this is like an out-and-out fight, and the cuffs are for when you're still sneaking. Getting way fired up.
Pepper, I can't really fix the volume issues right now. I think it's just because the game is so loud right now.
I can maybe make the game a little quieter. That might help. Let me know how that is once we get back into the action.
Is that any better?
Can you hear us? I'm already down to my last set of grenades.
What do you find more?
There should be some around. I'm not sure why there hasn't been. Maybe I should be scanning.
Oh. Oh no.
Maybe once I fully run out is when I'll get more. Like, normally, like, other players come out of the, oh, there we go. Other players come out of the target with taunt and stuff. That's not particularly helpful, but they toss you usually weapons and not power skills and stuff. Blood bag, that helps. Anti-BT handgun, I will take that. Oh, so I dropped Mama. I dropped Mama.
Oh no! Is she gonna die? No.
Okay, I dropped my sticky gun on the ground, and that's fine. I don't need the sticky gun. So I'm charging each shot by basically loading more of my blood into each one.
This can't be comfortable for Mama. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I was making this scene, I would make Mama say more things.
Yeah, probably. There we go. So yeah, BT fights are long and tedious. Normally they're not as tedious as this. This one had extra health because it was a boss fight. But, yeah. But the good thing about them is they drop a lot of chiral crystals afterwards.
That was amazing, Sam. I don't know how you managed to pull that off. If only we all had your talents.
And also chiral crystals, and they look like hands. It's like a, yeah. Just drop all of this stuff. Fine, I don't need the sticky gun either. I don't have the number of items for the mama delivery. Is my bike gone now? Oh no, here it is. Okay, now we're taking her all the way back to Mountain Knot City.
This game seems like a lot of backtracking.
It is, but like in a way where that's kind of the point in a good way. I like the backtracking in this game.
Okay.
I don't tend to like it in most games.
Fair enough.
Also, what do I have marked? Oh, I have that. That's right. I have that marked from last time. That zip line. And yeah, when I said that will be explained about several things in that cutscene, I mean it will be explained in way too much detail eventually.
Okay.
Like, I have issues with the way this game ends.
Okay.
Stowaway says, oh wow, the way the other players show up are adding even more to the ghost vibes. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's some parts of this game that seem really well put together. And then there's other parts of the game where it's, I don't know, just I don't know why they did it that way. Also, it sounds like Pepper's back. Hi, Pepper.
Hello. I have returned.
You've returned.
What's up?
I want to come see the microphone set up.
Sorry? What was that?
I wanted to see the microphone set up.
Still hear the crack before it all came tumbling down.
I'm gonna scooch it.
I've been scared to death of bridges ever since. And yeah.
Okay.
I know how that
Hopefully
must
that
sound
helps a
considering
little
you're
bit.
a lawyer.
Okay, let's see.
Looks like it is.
Stowaway says hi, Pepper.
Scared of
Oh,
the
yeah,
dark.
that's definitely helping.
Yay.
Don't sleep anymore. Can't.
Hi, Stowaway. Why is drawing always making me nauseous, James?
Like, literally nauseous?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is it because it's making you anxious?
I think it's just because I get very overwhelmed and, like, hyper-focused.
Maybe drink some water.
That might help, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that that's happening, Pepper.
That's okay. I really like drawing, and it's also such a hassle sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time, honestly.
Did getting the pen tablet kind of reduce some of that, or is it still just...
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping it would make things a lot easier. But honestly, the only difference between this one and my old one is just that I can do this one at other places. All the same issues are still there. Which is depressing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean,
It's
if you
okay.
want, you could try to return it and get a different one.
I'm thinking about it. Maybe I will get one of those paper ones we talked about, Jodi.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oop. Sounds like Pepper's leaving.
Didn't hear me walk away.
Not really. I'm playing the game. Okay, I'll see you later, Pepper. Yeah? What?
I have no idea. How far away are we from Lochna? Also, why is her name like that? What culture is that from?
It's not really ever explained. So, we're only this far as the crow flies, but we have to go all the way around.
I see.
And we don't have roads for a lot of it, unfortunately. Which is the reason I'm doing this on a bike instead of in a truck. In a truck would be easier because I would have still been able to have stuff on my back for that fight. Because like when you are carrying someone in a body bag in a truck, they just sit in the passenger seat, which makes sense. Probably more comfortable also.
I feel like the body bag is not comfortable though.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And like, especially with the first person the first living person that you carry in the body bag, the chiral artist, it's explained like, oh, you're doing this because it's not dangerous out there for her, and this will keep her safe from the timefall. But you've got to feel like it's safer to be able to run if you have to.
Yeah. Sleepy again.
Sorry you've been so sleepy today. You say you just have days like that, right?
Yep. In chronic fatigue syndrome terms, it's called post-exertion malaise.
I see.
Some people who have chronic fatigue syndrome have it so bad that watching a movie is too much energy, and it'll put them out of commission for days.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, the people with the worst chronic fatigue syndrome literally are almost comatose. But they're not actually comatose. They can still see and feel and understand everything, and just can't do anything.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber who contracted it after long COVID. I think her name's Physics Girl. And she recently uploaded a video about it. I think her husband helped edit it and everything, just explaining what it's like. And she's getting better. But it used to be she was bedridden for days.
So chronic fatigue syndrome, it isn't just one cause, right? It's just if you have this symptom from anything, it's
so the term syndrome in medical literature always means that we don't actually know what causes it.
Gotcha.
So it always means this is a collection of symptoms, and maybe some of those people have it caused by this, maybe some of these people have it caused by that. Maybe in 10 years we'll have a diagnosis for 20% of them that is a more official diagnosis, but syndrome is just a collection of symptoms that appear together.
Gotcha.
This is true of any syndrome. PCOS is the same way, IBS is the same way, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is the same way. Although for lots of variants of EDS, we do actually know what causes it. We just don't know what causes it for hypermobile EDS, which is the kind that I have. It's also the most common kind of EDS. The other ones are diagnosable through genetics.
I see.
Yeah, most of my conditions are syndromes, which is very frustrating because it makes it really hard to treat.
I can imagine. I'm gonna take a risk right now and just do this a little, basically going through the terrorist camp. We should be fine. We should be fine. It's fine.
Lagging.
Oh, is it?
A little
It was
bit.
lagging in this area specifically before. I wonder if it's just too much for the computer to try to render.
There's too many entities.
Yeah. Okay. I negated the scanner thing, but some of them see me just physically. And I've been shot.
How do you know?
Because I just saw the animation happen. I actually didn't lose that much health. Oh, shit. That was added in the director's cut.
What?
That guy on the machine gun turret. I don't know if I can go through here. I can. Okay. And we should be okay.
Hooray. This is like a recharge station?
Yeah. Which I'm very grateful for. Another player left that in a very good spot. Doctor. Oh, I know who that. That's fine. That one's an easy one to max out. I don't need that right now.
Hey, Sam. Do you remember your own bird?
Weird question to ask.
Who does?
Me. I remember being inside the womb.
How?
No, you don't.
I wasn't alone. I could hear my mother
Heartbeat, First, and Loch Ness. We were conjoined twins. One and the same before we were born.
If they were
They tried to
conjoined.
separate us. The surgery. The operation was successful. We were still one. We knew each other's thoughts without saying a word.
Jesus says I got literally the last seat on a flight that's leaving right now. I'm on the plane. Congrats.
I'm so happy, Judith. So happy for you.
Her pain was my pain. And no distance was too great for us to overcome. Some might call it a kind of telepathy.
I mean, twin telepathy is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was like a pseudoscience thing.
It's a pseudoscience thing, but twins will tell you it's real. Like, I've met many twins in my life, and a lot of them, like, if they either hate each other or they know exactly what each other feels very regularly.
Huh.
Even when they're far apart.
Everyone share what Lochna and I have.
I feel like the fucking luckiest girl ever. Yeah, Judith,
Yeah.
I think you are quite lucky. I'm glad that you got on that flight. Good luck. Have a safe trip.
That could unite everyone, no matter how scattered or different. That would make us whole. It wouldn't be about bringing people into line. It would be about bringing them into the fold.
This feels like too long of a monologue for how much they wanted us to do during it. They could have started this earlier in the
Change the world.
route.
With Amelie's help, we finalized the Cupid design. But after the attack and the birth, everything changed. For the first time in my life.
Why wasn't she
Lochna
there?
wasn't there. But I'm not alone anymore.
I guess because of like the baby, like kind of changing
Feel her again.
who she is
She's
able to feel close to in that way. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's made super clear.
Sam, I feel whole again. You and me, Sam.
Oh wait, no, it is gonna be made clear. Never mind. I just remember what the answer is.
Sam,
All weapons will be locked until departure.
I'm a little
All
worn
clear.
out.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Why do we need to do it this way? Is she dead?
Lincoln, no.
What's happening?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. I love you so much. It's good to hear your voice again.
Is she dying?
I shouldn't have kept you in the dark. Tried to save her. I couldn't. You don't have to say any more. Lochna, you need to fix his Cupid. I couldn't save our child, but you can save our world. Only you. I love you.
That feels manipulative.
Forever. And always.
Is that better?
No. Make the world whole.
What's the blue thing?
Okay?
It was like the baby's
Just like
mobile.
you make me.
Mobile.
But why?
It'll be explained.
Okay.
It's kind of dumb.
Is it because of the baby?
Yeah.
Was the baby keeping her alive?
Yeah. Do you remember when the baby, like when they cut the baby's cord, and then that like mass like grabbed her, that like figure grabbed her?
Uh-huh.
That was Mama's spirit, Mom, who had already gone over to the beach.
So how is she here?
Because that, like, her body is still here, but her spirit's gone, which is why she's dying.
But why? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All that she went through. I had no idea. I thought she'd severed our bond on purpose, that she stole our child and ran.
No one sent you a letter?
She couldn't have connected with her on, like, just online?
Yeah. Limiters should be functioning properly.
I mean, she was like, oh, I didn't want to tell you, but I don't know.
There is one thing.
None of the Bridges people could tell her?
Before I sat down to work, I took a long, hard look at the code. I'm pretty sure someone's tweaked it. Either that, or my memory's going to pieces.
Someone rewrote your code?
Rewrote might be overstating it. Let's just say it wasn't the latest version I released. And yet, because of it, I was finally reunited with Malingan. Could be we found our culprit already. She died beneath the rubble, with our child still inside her. Her caw passed over to the other side, but her haw remained, bound to our dead daughter.
So she was always been dead.
She knew all of this, of course. That's why she kept one cuff loose. Didn't want anyone seeing her vitals. Shame she couldn't use her favorite invention. She did all that to keep me and our daughter safe.
I mean, did she keep you safe?
Yeah, I'm unclear on that, too.
I feel bad for Sam. He just has to deal with all his interpersonal drama surrounded by everyone when he just wants to, like, go do nothing.
Yeah. And he does have his own interpersonal drama he wants to take care of, but even so.
Joey says I knew she couldn't last that long. She was too good and likable, and her goals aligned too well with the player. Yeah.
The next character we're gonna get, like, a lot of backstory on is Hartman, and I'm wondering what you're gonna think of him.
Yeah, we're pretty far into the map.
We are. I think this is supposed to be Denver, but I'm not positive.
Looks like Denver.
Yeah, it's like mountain knot, like that kind of makes sense.
Joey says, yeah, when does the NPCs just stand around listening to Sam talk about all of his interpersonal drama? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, Sam doesn't like to talk very much.
What is he, Link?
It's funny you say that. Remember you said that for, like, the second to last stream of this.
I can hear you. We're whole again. We're one. Like before in the womb. Remember? Malingan. Akna.
Wait, what's happening? They're the same person now?
Yeah.
This is very strange.
It's very strange. It doesn't even really get brought up again. This is kind of it.
I guess
like,
this is like the chiral symmetry thing.
Yeah.
Also, her eyes changed.
Yeah. And also, like, Lochna's going to kind of take over Mama's role in our support staff. And
incredible.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, Edge-Knot City is finally within reach. And you, Lochna, your work will help ensure that the chiral network remains online. Together, we might just make it all the way west. Now then, Sam, there's something else you ought to know. We've been studying the data from when you claim you encountered those soldiers. We had audio, which doesn't paint a complete picture on its own, but the languages, the names, and terms we picked out, the munitions we could identify, everything seems to indicate that you were on a battlefield over 100 years ago. World War I, to be precise.
Did you see that part?
It wasn't a dream. Wasn't a hallucination. Maybe you were spirited away to another dimension or something.
Okay.
Given the time discrepancies, maybe you were sent to a beach. Can't say anything.
Normandy Beach, in particular.
That said,
Wait, that's the wrong
never
word.
heard of a beach turned into a battlefield. But beaches are shaped by the will of the people who inhabit them. Perhaps Hartman can offer a more rational explanation. Beaches are his specialty. Unfortunately, he's still outside the chiral network.
Oh, who would have guessed?
Anyway,
everyone useful is just slightly out of reach.
Yeah.
Can't answer yet.
Don't we have to dispose of Mama's body because of the whole exploding thing?
That's a good point.
Does that not happen?
We don't have to do it, at least.
Okay.
Maybe they send someone else to do it off screen. I don't know.
Sure.
Which,
sure.
like, at this point, if they ask Sam to do it, I think that would be a little much.
But that was literally the first thing that we learned about this game, is
Yeah.
that bodies can't just be left to die.
Yeah. I don't know. Her body was special, maybe.
I mean,
maybe because Lochna's still alive, her body can.
And maybe she was already dead, so like her body had been dead for a very long time already. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hi, Slavic. Welcome to the stream.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you.
We're doing okay. How are you? Do you remember all the stuff with like the chiral artist, like the couple that we brought together?
Okay. What are you pointing at, bro?
I don't know what he's pointing at.
Okay, sure. That was a move.
That was a move. One thing I really like about you playing matchmaker for them is that they end up fucking hating each other in the end.
Oh my god, why?
I don't know, but I actually really like it. Married life, not what I expected. Dear Sam, did you meet up with Amelie yet? I hope she lives up to your memory of her when you finally do. I didn't get so lucky in that respect. I'm sorry, but I just couldn't live with him anymore. I went back to my mom's. It was terrifying making that trip on my own, but I watched the weather patterns for days and then made it. Just barely. Maybe I should have asked for help, but I couldn't bear to wait any longer. For your sake, I hope yours and Amelie's story has a happier ending.
I thought Amelie was his sister.
She is.
So why is there so many allusions to a romantic relationship?
I don't know. Look, because Sam did have a romantic relationship. We learned very little about his wife, but he did have a wife who died.
And it was not his sister.
It was not his sister.
Very strange.
It's very strange. I actually really like the way the story ends, though. I like that it's not just like, and then you play matchmaker, and then they're happy forever. Like you first meet him when he's being a massive prick to you, and then it turns out he's just kind of a massive prick that doesn't go away.
Yeah. Where's BB?
Lou?
Oh, Lou? We call him Lou now?
I was waiting for that.
Ooh, looking for this? Surprise. Fragile warped me here. I finally got to visit the beach. Well, her beach. Don't worry. I didn't come all this way for the sightseeing. Your beloved BB has a serious issue.
Dun dun dun. Who's Dead Man again?
That's him.
No, okay.
You may recall me explaining that these incubators connect BBs via the chiral network to their still mothers back at HQ. Bridge babies are quite literally bridges between this world and the other side. Their place is not here with us, nor with the BTs over there. They belong precisely in between, with no greater affinity for one world or the other. But BB-28 here has been leaning further and further towards the world of the living. Towards you, Sam.
That's because we're partners.
Partners? Sam, a BB's a tool, not a human being.
I mean, I think you're wrong
Bridge,
about that.
yes. Baby, no.
So tell me what the problem is.
This tool, this weapon, is transforming into a living being. It's gaining weight. Its brain activity is increasing. It's accumulating memories. BB-28 is becoming self-aware, becoming an actual child.
And that's a problem?
Doesn't sound like a problem to me.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hardware, Sam. Manufactured for a purpose. A purpose that cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it. Which hardly matters because at this point, it'll cease functioning within a couple of days.
Cease functioning?
That's right. Not even the pod will be enough. It'll be bricked.
What do we do?
We reset it. You'll have to leave it with me, of course. I'll cut the cord that links the two of you and then perform an operation that reconnects it to the other side. Think of it as a little tug to correct its alignment. To put it back where it belongs, right between the world of the living and the dead.
Can it not live outside of the thing?
You'll have to
He said there's a
without it for
70%
while.
risk of
You're sure this
The-
will work?
the catastrophic failure if you try.
Of course. One catch, though. The surgery may erase its memories.
Erase? You'll forget me?
Relax. The BB will still function as intended. You just have to trust me. Come on. I'm telling you, it's like a game. Just select retry and start again. And this is why I hate these things.
I don't think it's literally piss, but it's definitely meant to evoke it. And this is Kojima, so that's expected at this point.
Sam,
There's always pee in his games.
I was already filthy from my trip through the beach. But now your BB has added insult to injury.
Okay. Is this his way of saying, and then go? Because you could just run.
You could just run. Or
Take a shower with him?
Kojima's weird because
Oh, are they trying to talk in a place where they're not recorded? I see.
Are you about to have a romantic encounter with Guillermo del Toro?
it is the least romantic and the most sexless scene I've ever seen somehow. Despite it being in a shower. Spoilers. Shh. Sam just looks so uncomfortable.
No one can spy on us in here. It's just you and me. No audio records of what we say. No video for lip reading analysis. Get closer. Die Hardman cannot know of this. Understood? I've been doing some digging into the first BB experiments. Officially, they were suspended by the government following a void out which claimed the life of the then acting president. Documents were shredded. BB technology banned, yes? But obviously, the experiments continued in secret, on the direct orders of President Strand.
Bridget?
because he's fat.
solving the mystery of the
I think it's
Death
because there's
Stranding.
2 people.
But also that. Yeah, I think that's more that. You're right.
Oh, she had big plans for them. They weren't designed just to be BT detectors. She wanted to incorporate them into the chiral network to facilitate travel to the beach. But none of her plans ever came to fruition. And now BB Tech has fallen into terrorist hands.
What's Die Hardman's part in this?
I'm afraid to find out. I don't know how long he was working for Strand. I don't even know his real name or his face. I thought you might, since you two go further back.
He was already wearing the mask when I met him. Something about burning his face.
Right. Sorry. Any data we have from back then is classified at the highest level. As far as I know, the director is the only one with clearance. But the chiral network presents a new opportunity. By compiling fragmented data in the public domain from all across the country, I might be able to piece together a little more of the puzzle. Be careful, Sam. They're watching. Well, Sam, you're a good sport. I'll give you that. Still, it's a fine way to get out of doing the laundry.
Just fix BB, alright?
Oh no, you'll be doing the fixing. I'd never manage without your help. Check the delivery terminal upstairs for the details. When you're ready, of course.
Well. So we have some deliveries to do without BB, which means that we can't detect BTs.
Interesting. How much longer do you want to go?
I was just wondering that myself.
I just don't want to get into too many cutscenes.
That's fair.
Because we're reaching the 4-hour mark.
Yeah, I think we can end it soon, probably. Let me see what this mission is, and we'll see if it's one where I have to worry.
That man tells me your BB isn't performing to spec. We'll have to put your primary mission on hold until we restore its functionality. It's our only Dooms-compatible unit. And you're gonna have to deal with more BTs as you head further west. Case in point, Amelie's informed us of a tar belt outside of Edgenot City. A massive region crawling with BTs that Higgs supposedly summoned.
We'll
And
send
as
you
much
there.
as we want you to get her out as soon as possible, you'll have a snowball's chance in hell without your BB. So your first priority is to help Deadman restore it to working order. And since he's on site, maybe the two of you can discuss it in person.
Sam, I'm a little busy at the moment, so I hope you don't mind if we stick to Hollow. First, I need you to link up a few preppers in the area so we can increase
Okay, this is the
local chiral
novelist's
network.
son stuff.
That's to bolster the connection between BB-28 and its stillmother. Then, as I explained earlier, we need to correct your BP.
I don't like the still mothers.
To facilitate that process, we need to quite literally put some distance between you two. Keep it here.
I think it is kind of the strength of the writing of this game, though. Like, I don't think you're supposed to like them, but also it goes so long, treated so neutrally, that you might, I don't know, you might not realize that, and it kind of relies on you making that interpretation yourself at first.
And convince them to come on board. It's not easy to make a home for yourself in those mountains. Even so, plenty of people had a mind to try. You'll find shelters scattered throughout. We've got a whole list of orders from them waiting to be processed. Remember, though, that you're dealing with folks who chose to live out there. Folks who probably value their privacy. Don't think for for a second it'll be easy to win them over. You'll have to earn their trust, bit by bit, job by job. Another thing, Sam. You'll be making runs without a BB for a spell. That will vastly diminish your ability to detect BTs. So keep your eyes and ears open for anything out of the ordinary. And stay the hell out of the rain if you can help it.
Okay then.
Okay, let me look at what the orders look like. Alright, roboticist, doctor, and rescue injured porter in the mountains. I think that might be another thing added by the director's cut. So yeah, doctor and roboticist, which are not actually the ones I was expecting right now. I think I might be willing to leave it there. What do you think?
That sounds like good.
Alright, let me save and everything, and then we can end the stream. Alright, thank you all for watching. You're all wonderful, beautiful people, and I love you so much. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. If you do, you can get special benefits, such as wow, I am actually blanking on the spiel. Such as emotes, badges, shoutouts, and the possibility of joining Pepper in stream. Our current... I was trying to stall to get the members list up, and I wasn't good enough at it. Our current tier 1 grub is Shiny Warrior Wolf. Our current tier 2 treats are Stowaway and Pie the Queen of Orange. And our current tier 3 full tummies are Nonex and Moopy Star. Thank you all so much. Pepper's Discord server and Blue Sky are in the description. I'm not sure what the schedule plan is right now. Pepper will probably get it out today or tomorrow. Be on the lookout, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you all so much for being here.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.